This is Star Market Celtics Tonight. Download the Star Market Deals and Delivery app today.
Jalen forces it up over C.
No!
He tied it! He did it! Jalen Brown from the corner with 5.6 to go. Kick out, open. Tatum steps to his left, three in the air. Got it!
Big boys step up at the right time, man.
The Celtics are brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and presenting sponsor of the Celtics Radio Network. Please bet responsibly. Your New England Ford dealers, Cambridge Savings Bank, Comcast Business, Bosch Tools, Kelly's Roast Beef, and by Ticketmaster.
Pritchard shovel back to Porzingis, having a trail three. Got it! Boston by 14. Kyrie forces one out, blocked by Porzingis again. Pritchard, half court. It's in the air.
Go!
He got it! He did it again! Peyton Pritchard did it again!
Also brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, VA New England, Town Fair Tire, Kia North Danvers, Brex, FindMassMoney.gov, Corona, NetSuite by Oracle, your New England Honda dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Confetti guns shooting green and white confetti and making the most beautiful blizzard you have ever seen. The Boston Celtics are world champions for the 18th time.
Now, here's Sean Grante and Cedric Maxwell.
At the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah, where tonight the Celtics begin the last long road trip of the year. 6 games in 11 days out west. It begins tonight against the Western Conference worst Utah Jazz. Away we go. Thanks for checking back in. I'm Sean Grady. Cedric Maxwell joins us shortly, and coming up on the fastest 30 minutes of the NBA, Shaw's and Star Market Celtics. And I will tell you, if the Jays are back and the Celtics in Game 70 will have their starting lineup together for just the 21st time. Spoiler alert, they won't. In fact, Jalen Brown will miss both games this weekend. We'll tell you about that. But the story of the last 36 hours, we have a new boss. The Boston Celtics have been sold. You've heard from everyone else. Our first thoughts are coming up. And we'll break down this rematch with the Jazz. The Celtics win just 11 days ago in Boston. Even the league has cracked down on their blatant attempt to capture the flag. They own the NBA's worst record till they beat Washington the other night. If they do land the number 1 pick, how quickly could they build around him and Lauri Markkanen? We'll discuss that. We'll take our trip around the NBA, check in on the early games back east, a big Milwaukee win out west, and just when everything was coming up, Golden State.
Steph is grabbing his back, and he's laying in the lane. He is injured right now, and he got a foul.
We'll check in with the head coach, Joe Mazula.
Because of their youth and because of their talent, a different guy can take it to another level any given night.
But coming up next, Saturday in Brooklyn, the Nets push the shorthanded Celtics into the final minute before eventually falling. Tuesday, without Tatum and Brown, fans of the Garden got to see a rerun with one heck of a rookie wild card. We'll look back. Jarman pull up in transition. His three bounces in. How is it possible? It's all coming up and more as we count it down to the Celtics and the Utah Jazz here in Salt Lake. We'll kick off the road trip bottom of the hour on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, BetMGM, Celtics Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out. so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
I mean, not much. I talked to Wig a few times. You know, he's still going to be around, and, you know, he was just kind of keeping me updated and saying that whoever it is, you know, the next group, that they'll be great for the organization. And I told Wig I trust him. You know, whoever is next, you know, I have no doubt about, you know, how smooth things will continue to go.
So that is Jason Tatum on, well, the events of the last couple of days. Welcome back to Shaw's and Star Market. Celtics tonight. Just get the starting lineups in right now with Jaylen Brown not playing. Let's start with that, and then we'll get to the news of the day and the news that everybody else has been talking about for the last couple of days. Jaylen Brown will not play in this game tonight. He will not play in Portland on Sunday afternoon. It is a bone bruise. He'll be reevaluated on Monday. And, Max, for whatever it's worth, the Celtics now will have 11 games remaining when they get to Phoenix, when they get to Sacramento on Monday night. You figure if he's not playing Sunday, he's probably not playing Monday, and then you're down to 10 games left if it matters to have everybody back together.
Well, it does. At a certain point, you have to have everybody back in the lineup. And it really is more than anything, it's really about just timing. Everybody getting their timing back, getting their focus back, getting all the small little details that come back along when you're playing in a game and starting to try to win the championship.
All right, Celtics have won 10 of 11 on the road. They will have Jason Tatum back in this game tonight. Al Horford will stay in the starting lineup. Celtics will go double bigs. John Collins, who took about 100 shots in the game in Boston a week and a half ago, he will not play tonight. And obviously, the Utah star, Lauri Markkanen, will not play as the Jazz try to do what the Jazz are trying to do at 16-54. In fact, their win the other night here over Washington actually cost them, at least for the moment, the worst record in the NBA and the best chance to get the number one pick. But we will get to all that, and obviously the story of the day. We've got a new boss, but we'll get to it. First, the previous game recap brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub. For new customers, get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Brief stop home for the Celtics on Tuesday night. No Jason Tatum, no Jaylen Brown, but that's never a problem when you've got Baylor Shire. Celtics will wear the alternate black jerseys tonight with the green letters and numbers. They will go left to right in the first half. Brooklyn will wear the home white black letters and numbers. They will go right to left. Nick Claxton, who did not play Saturday, will jump it against Kristaps Porzingis. And on Tuesday night at TD Garden, we are underway. A rare opening tip loss for Porzingis. Brooklyn will go on offense first. And he deflects the cross-court pass here into the hands of Derek White, who shovels the lead to Porzingis, who flies in for the two-hand slam. And Porzingis has the first 7 points of the night.
Happy, go happy, but I like it. And when your big dogs is running, you got to feed him, Howie, feed him.
Aaron Sharp takes the handoff, has it deep on the left side. They run away from him. Handoff, Clowney turns the corner, floats it up for Sharp, who throws it down with two hands. And the Nets have their largest lead, now up by 5. 31-25, Brooklyn by 6 again. Holiday finds the open man. Peyton Pritchard has time to set himself. His left side three looks good, is good.
Can't leave that dude. As you said, he's going to get a lot more opportunities than some of these other guys, especially Tatum.
First of the night, the all-time leader in the NBA history now, and threes off the bench, 221. Boston down 6. Here's Howard. Through the leprechaun logo at center court, moving to his right, draws a double team, finds Porzingis. Good look at a three. Got it.
It is amazing the way he shoots that basketball. It's such a line drive, and he shoots it as quick as anybody.
Derek White moving to his right against Keon Johnson. Coming downhill, pulls up at 10 feet. Jumper's good, score of the foul.
And Derek, and you hear him say, it's about time. This time I'm going, I get hit with the body again, I elevate, I get hit on the arm. Count that in 1.
Brooklyn by 2, on the ball, 2:09 to go in the third. Strong down the right side, Watford scoops and scores, beating Shireman. 6 straight here for Brooklyn. With the Celtics getting starters out late in the third quarter. Shireman triggers the inbound. Into the corner, Porzingis throws back to Shireman, 3 in the air, got it!
There you go. There you go, young man.
And Baylor Shireman blows a kiss to the crowd. Shireman pull up in transition. His 3 bounces in. How is it possible?
Wow.
Timeout, Jordy Fernandez. You never know what's going to happen when you come to the ballpark. Russell going to put it to the floor. He's got Shireman in front of him. Gets the screen from Claxton. Now moves it left side. Good look for Keon Johnson. 3 is good. D'Angelo Russell is a completely under control player now.
He can be. He really can be.
Looking Porzingis' way against D'Angelo Russell. That's where he wants to go. That's where the ball goes. They look for a steal on the backside. Can't get it. Open man of the dunker spot is Holiday. Porzingis finds him with a little reverse layup with the left hand.
That was a great catch by Drew Holiday. Porzingis kind of panicked with that double team.
Celtics inching closer to it now, up by 8 with 2.5 to go. You don't have to foul here with 42 seconds to go. Bad pass by Derek White, but it gets to Pritchard, who moves it ahead to Horford. He lobs for Porzingis for a good night slam. Leading by 8, Russell launches a 3, no good. Appropriately enough, the ball ends up in the hands of Kristaps Porzingis. Peyton Pritchard will have to get across half court. He does. And for the 37th time in franchise history, the Boston Celtics have won 50 games. 50-19. They sweep the season series for the Brooklyn Nets, who made it difficult every time out. But the Celtics on a career night for Baylor Shireman and a big night for the man in the middle. Record yet another win before they head out on the road. The final score, Boston 104, Brooklyn 96. And now the math is just about inevitability. The Celtics will clinch the 5 seed with a win tonight or a Detroit loss. Then the 4 seed will come with Milwaukee. That magic number is 2. We've been telling you for a month the Celtics are going to be the 2 seed in the East, and they will. With New York now losing 6 of their last 9, Celtics should wrap up this 2 seed by the time they get to the end of this road trip, by the time they return home on the 2nd of April. And that is going to be an interesting night at the Garden because, as you know, Max, we've got a new boss. Bob Chisholm has won the bid to buy the Boston Celtics. You've read all the stuff, the purchase price of $6.1 billion. It's a lot more complicated than that. That number is going to be elevated by the time this actually closes, a few years from now. Getting a new boss means a lot of uncertainty. There were a lot of emotions. It was an emotional day yesterday. And let's start, Max, by talking about Wyc and Steve Pagliuca together as a group and what they accomplished here in 23 years. Because remember, you and I were brand new together when they came on the scene. The Celtics had made that playoff run out of nowhere in 2002, but they had missed the playoffs for 6 years before that. Danny Ainge had not yet come on. You had no salary cap room. You had one superstar in Paul Pierce. And in 23 years now, you become the gold standard franchise in the NBA with 2 championships, a perennial contender, a chance to win again. So before we get into the palace intrigue of who was chosen and why, the dynamic of the new partnership going forward, the dynamic of Steve Pagliuca's group not being chosen, just take a moment to appreciate the 23 years that everybody in Celtic Station just had.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's basically all it is. It's just understanding what you need to do and how you're going to play and what this team has accomplished. Multiple championships is great, and all the other things, the stability of this organization. And now that you have a Tatum, you have a Brown, you have a Porzingis, you have the baseline for a team that can win year after year or at least be in the hunt.
Now, what I heard a lot of yesterday was, well, he's a private equity guy, and this is a private equity group, and you know what they do. They want to cut corners and make things profitable. If for any reason, first of all, it wasn't the equity group, the private equity group, that Bob Chisholm's group that bought the team. Bob Chisholm is the primary owner of the team. That's number one, and it's important to note. I've heard people who never been in a finance class in their life talk about how this is going to require a new arena because the Celtics don't own the arena. That's very possible that it will, and the clock will start running on that pretty soon because there's about 10 years left on the lease, at TD Garden. There's a lot of complications. What I found, I don't want to say troubling, but the notion that somehow a new ownership group is going to dismantle this team. It is not the luxury tax, the repeater tax, the second apron that is going to, the financial consequence of that is going to hamstring the Celtics. It is the rules now, Max, in the NBA that are going to force the Celtics to eventually break up that group. It didn't matter if Bob Chisholm got the team, Steve Pagliuca got the team, or you and I got the team. There are rules and there are consequences of those rules that the Celtics are going to face.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing. You think you love to have everybody, the band back together, and you've done that. You can do that for the next couple of years probably, but eventually you're going to have to do like they do in Major League Baseball and football. The salary cap is going to hamstring you on who you can keep and who you can keep and who leaves.
And listen, as far as the Palace intrigue is concerned, there's plenty of other hours of the day where that's going to be discussed. And listen, it's going to be an issue. I think it's interesting The news comes yesterday as the Celtics are entering this stretch here. There are 23 days left in the season. There are 13 games left in the season, Max. Try as we might, there's nothing we love more than calling Celtics basketball games for you, but there are virtually no consequences of these games. There are no more we had that long stretch of ABC Saturday night, and it's the Lakers, and it's Denver, and it's Oklahoma City, and big national games. That's not going to be the case. It's a steady diet here of Utah and Washington and Charlotte and a couple of games with Phoenix down the stretch. So if the void has to be filled by the discussion of, again, the Palace intrigue regarding the sale of the Celtics, then let that be. I just don't want people to be so worried about 2027 that they take their eyes off the fact that there's a chance to do something that no Celtics team has done in my lifetime, okay, in 56 years, and that's win back-to-back.
I mean, the opportunity is there. I think the biggest thing about it is being healthy. If you can be healthy down the stretch, then your opportunity can be there. You have great players. You have a great coaching staff. The foundation, the culture is ripe for winning another championship. And now it becomes a lot of that is about luck and staying healthy. Look how healthy the Celtics were until all of a sudden Porzingis goes down, but you were able to even prevail even with him being out.
All right, so April 2nd will be an interesting night when the Celtics return home. Their new owner, Bob Chisholm, will be in attendance. I assume that we'll get a little Grandy and Max visit with him, and always fun to meet the new boss. In the meantime, we got a new game to talk about. The Celtics will play tonight again, as we said, without Jaylen Brown, against the Utah team that really had an interesting night. The Celtics were up by 23 in the opening minute of the fourth quarter of that game a week ago Monday, and then the Utah Jazz, who couldn't score the first three quarters, had their best offensive quarter, not of the week, not of the month, of the entire season, and actually came back and tied that game before the Celtics won it. They'll look different tonight because just there's 30 shots available because John Collins isn't playing.
Well, John Collins isn't playing, so a lot of the shots he took. But look for everybody else. People don't understand. You might not win games, but you're always auditioning for not just your team, but maybe for another team that might want to pick you up once you play well.
All right, no John Collins, no Laurie Marketing for Utah. Max's Player to Bank On, brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank. In the market for a new home this spring, log on every Tuesday at 6 for CSB's Tuesdays Key to Home Ownership. Register at clintonsavings.com. Member FDIC, DIF, equal housing lender.
I'm going to go with Porzingis. I just think he's on the roll right now. I want to see him continue to prosper and just play well.
Max's keys to the game, driven by your local New England Honda dealers. Contact your local New England Honda dealer for a great deal today.
A team that is struggling to score the basketball, you must control the defensive glass and keep them off of it.
And that is hard to do when Walker Kessler is on the other side. But what Utah will do, they give away points off of turnovers. They are last in the league in forcing turnovers. They are last in the league in steals. They are last in the league committing the most turnovers. They get outscored by 7.5 points a game. They give away 8.5 just in the turnover battle. They stayed close in Boston because they kept that number fairly close. Still to come on Shaw's and Star Market. Celtics tonight. We'll have our conversation with Joe Mazula. He did speak to the new boss today, Bob Chisholm. He will have that conversation that I had with Joe earlier about that. That is coming up. We'll take our trip around the NBA, get you caught up on the earlier games. Steph Curry leaving Golden State's game early last night as they had really been rolling out in the Western Conference. That playoff race is kind of insane. But when we return, Sean Silver has Sports Hub headlines. Who's going to be the second baseman for the Red Sox? Do we know? It's all leading to the Celtics and the Utah Jazz. We kick off the road trip here in Salt Lake City. Bottom of the hour on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit-pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidants C and E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
Blink and get more. More what, you ask? More value with smart home security at an even smarter price. More simplicity with easy install. More convenience with up to 2 years of battery life. And more connection so you can check in from anywhere. Hi, Boomer. Who's a good boy? The best part? With Blink Smart Home Security, you'll get all this without spending more. So blink and get more. To learn more, visit Amazon.com/blink.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NCAA men's basketball tournament right now in progress. Kentucky up 18 on Troy late in the second half. We got Marquette and New Mexico. New Mexico actually with a 5-point lead there. About 5 minutes left in the contest. Arizona up big on Akron at the start of the second half. Your earlier winners: Duke, Alabama, Baylor, and St. Mary's, Iowa State, Ole Miss, Florida, Maryland, and Colorado State in the women's bracket. South Carolina, a lopsided win today. Red Sox beat the Pirates 2-1 in spring training. Garrett Crochet K's 9 and a scoreless 5 in the third innings. Alex Cora said Richard Fitz will be the fourth starter to open the season. Hockey East final, Maine up 3-0 on UConn after 2. Bruins off until tomorrow night in San Jose. The headlines brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Sean Silver, Sean Grady, and Cedric Maxwell going around the NBA next on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Celtics and Jazz getting set to go here in Salt Lake, Game 1 of the 6-game road trip. Our trip around the NBA brought to you by your Boston area Chevrolet dealers. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealers. Find exciting offers, too, the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox.
Steph is grabbing his back, and he's laying in the lane. He is injured right now. And he got a foul. Curry is in major distress.
Might be tailbone. He fell pretty hard.
Tim Roy and the Warriors Radio Network last night. Steph Curry, back injury. They say today contusion, no structural damage, but he'll be out for a little while. And what reminded me of it, it's almost this exact day 3 years ago. Marcus Smart dove for that loose ball, took out Steph Curry. He got hurt at the exact same time of the year. Worked out pretty well for Golden State 3 months later.
Yeah, Golden State is a team right now, definitely needs Steph Curry. You know what he's able to do. So I think they're just going to be very cautious with him coming back into the fold.
All right, Indiana, Milwaukee, and Detroit have been trading back and forth 4, 5, 6. A very close race in the Eastern Conference. The Milwaukee Bucks got a break last night going into L.A. No Luka, no LeBron, and they had Kyle Kuzma.
We hoped it would go here tonight. This thing was close at one point. How about Kuzma dropping the hammer with a right-hand slam and a little dipsy-do dunkaroo.
Oh, by the way, leading scorer for the Lakers last night, Bronny James had 17 off the bench.
Wow. Okay, Stephen A., what you got to say now?
Are you kidding? Well, you weren't watching the news today. Stephen A. said he knew all along that Bronny had the talent to be an NBA player. I didn't say it, man. The dude said it. What do you want me to say? Meanwhile, we've been talking about Atlanta, Orlando, Orlando, Atlanta. There is a potential party crasher in that 7-8 game. White, a three! Good! Kaboom! 30 points in Sacktown again for Kobe White. It's our guy Adam Amin last night. Kobe White, 35 points. Kevin Huerter, the Red Mamba, 25. The Red Mamba revenge game going back into Sacramento. Bulls are winning games. They're winning on the road. It's unlikely they will move up into that 7-8 situation with Atlanta, Orlando, but they're hanging around. It certainly looks like they're going to move past Miami.
Well, keep an eye on them, what they can do. They have some scores. They have a big-time player over there who can do a lot of different things. I love their opportunity.
Orlando gets a half game back. They win in Washington tonight. That matters here because now the Wizards have the worst record in the NBA, not the Utah Jazz. Miami's up by 10 on Houston early in the third. Minnesota up by 20 on New Orleans. That game in the third quarter. Thunder blowing out Charlotte. 20-point game in the third quarter. Doesn't matter who plays and who doesn't. This Philadelphia-San Antonio game, I tweeted this earlier when the injury report came out in the afternoon. Let's say at the start of the year, you bought tickets for the only appearance of the Philadelphia 76ers in San Antonio, where the Celtics would be. Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Kyle Lowry, Andre Drummond, Eric Gordon, Kelly Oubre, De'Aaron Fox, Brandon Ingram, Victor Wembanyama, all out tonight.
Let's say.
People say the three-point shooting's a problem, right?
So
that's the problem.
They just got a pickup game coming. Okay.
Something like that. All right, we'll run you through the rest of the scores as we get it moving here. We start the road trip with the Celtics and the Utah Jazz. We'll talk about it all, plus Joe Mazula's conversation with new Celtics owner Bob Chisholm. That's coming up next on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Packages by Expedia. You were made to be rechargeable. We were made to package flights, hotels, and hammocks for less. Expedia. Made to travel.
Valspar Ultra starts at just $29.98 a gallon. So we've got you covered when your daughter wants to paint her room again. After last year's masterpiece of a unicorn mural.
Dad, please.
Or when you realize that maybe you went too hard on the grayish.
I miss color.
Or when you were sure you wanted a home gym, but your elliptical is currently hanging your laundry.
What about a home office?
Shop everything you need for your next phase with Valspar. Available at Lowe's. Price varies by Shein.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
The Coach's Interview brought to you by Star Market. Check out the Star Market app, earn rewards, and save on your groceries and gas with Star Market for you. Download the Star Market app today. And now with Coach Joe Mazula, here's Sean Grandy.
All right, Sean Silver, thank you. Let me start with this because it's a little bit odd. Putting aside the notion of getting a big conference room and a big screen together and watching the tournament or the Super Bowl as it's done the last couple of years, is this a specifically good time of year to get everyone together on a long road trip? I mean, there may not be a bad one, but this seems like a nice time to do it.
I think any time's a good time. You just got to find ways to take advantage of it, and the NCAA tournament, some of the things present opportunities to take advantage of it. So, road trip, no road trip, you got to work, becoming a better team on and off the court, and this gives us a chance to do that.
All right, I know that this is a privilege every night to have the job you have. There are feel-good nights. There are nights that don't feel as good, but when you see somebody put in work in Maine with the team, all the stuff that people don't see. When Baylor gets to have a game like that, it almost rewards all the work he has put in. And I think I've always felt that a young player needs to have one of those games once in a while.
No, you have to have one of those games, not only for yourself and for your teammate. Player development is always talked about as about skills, but it's also a performance. Player development is about performance, and I think that's what separates guys is their ability to perform each and every single night and do what they're capable of at a high level regardless of what's going on. And our guys do a great job. Our player development staff does a great job of simulating that. Our guys do a great job of embracing that. And so you've seen everybody throughout the season. This is the most recent one in Baylor, but each one of our young guys has played a part in winning and impact winning. And that's the goal as they continue to get better and better.
To accomplish what you want to accomplish over these last 13 games, these last 23 days, things you want to put in, things you want to clean up, lineups you want to see, game situations, do any of those things have to do with who you're going to be playing? Like Kessler tonight is unique. You won't get, Wemby on the trip. You won't get Sabonis on Monday night. Phoenix will have Durant and Book. Does anything like that play into any of your thinking, or is it strictly what you want to do?
No, I think every game presents an opportunity to work on something and to have something, and every game presents a challenge in some way, and finding that challenge is what you need to do, and attacking that challenge is essentially what the game plan becomes. So, but there's been plenty of data throughout the season as well, not just data in the numbers, but data in the approach, the mindset, the lessons that we take from each game. Every game presents an opportunity to learn and attack, and you just got to take that.
And the opportunity tonight is you're going to see a lot of different things.
Yeah, no question. You're going to see a lot of off-ball action. You're going to see a lot of speed. You're going to see a lot of dribble drive. Every team has a DNA, and then there's teams that match DNA. So, this game is really no different than the last two Brooklyn's teams. You have young teams that play a lot of off-ball, that push the pace, that want to win the margins in certain ways, and they're going to test you.
And another game that's different, obviously Keontae George will play tonight. John Collins literally took 30 shots in the other game, so that with him not playing, that's 30 more shots for somebody else.
32 to be exact,
yeah.
And he's a good player. But like you said, this time last year, Keontae George had 14 points in the first quarter against us. So they have, because of their youth and because of their talent, a different guy can take it to another level any given night, and so it makes them very dangerous. And obviously, well coached with Will, and we just got to be ready for that.
All right, we're 2,000 miles from home, but you know what everyone's talking about today. I never knew how many business majors there were on the air in Boston and nationally. I guess a lot of people that know how to do our jobs better than us. You, at the very least, have had the chance to speak with our new boss. I don't know what any of us are supposed to say today, because what is there to say? But at least you've talked to the guy, and I imagine that was a good conversation.
Yeah, I think there's two things to say, right? One, empathetic towards, to me, the responsibility and the ownership of being a part of the Celtics. You have a responsibility to leave it better than you found it. And, the former ownership group with Wick and Pags, they did that, right? And I think you have to be empathetic towards that and understand. And I kind of said that today, like I couldn't imagine a world where I wasn't allowed to represent the Celtics in any capacity, and that would be tough. And so we're grateful for what they've done, and they've made it better, and they've brought it to where it's at right now. And so you have to be grateful and empathetic to that. And then with Bill and his group coming in and Wick staying on, we have an opportunity to push it forward and move it forward. And, I'm excited about the relationships to build with Bill and his wife and kids, and learn from him from a leadership standpoint. Also, there'll be new ways for us to innovate and get better on and off the court, and we have a great opportunity to do that.
All right, let's have that be the final word. We got the Celtics and Jazz next on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Tuesday night at the Garden, the Celtics got one last taste of the home floor before heading west. The Brooklyn Nets almost crashed the road party Saturday, and we're about to do the same at the Garden until a rookie became a man, a Shire man. Shireman waiting, steps to his right, away from Claxton, and hits another one. 6 of 7 from 3, a career-high 20 for Baylor Shireman. There was a time a decade ago the Celtics and Jazz franchises seemed to be mirror images of each other. Oh, how times have changed. Tonight, the Celtics begin the road trip as the defending world champions, the Jazz, the worst record in the NBA. Celtics try to make it 11 of 12 on the road as they start their trip against the Jazz in Salt Lake. Next.
This is Boston Celtics basketball.
The 1957 season is over. The Celtics are the world champions.
The Celtics are brought to you by BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and presenting sponsor of the Celtics Radio Network. Please bet responsibly. Your New England Ford dealers, Amica Insurance, Shaw's and Star Market, Bosch Tools, Kelly's Roast Beef, and by Ticketmaster.
The ball game is over. The Celtics have won the World Championship.
Also brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank, VA New England, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by Town Fair Tire.
The Boston Celtics have won the World Championship for the 15th time.
And by Brex, Corona, your New England Honda dealers. FindMassMoney.gov, NetSuite by Oracle, Cambridge Savings Bank, Kia North Danvers, Comcast Business, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
It is Banner 17. The mission statement is mission accomplished. It is Banner 18. The mission demanded is mission accomplished.
Now, here's Sean Grante and Cedric Maxwell.
Among many, many friends at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Tonight, game 1 of the 6-game road trip, and this place is dotted with green. We've seen a lot of buildings with a lot of Celtic fans over the years on the road. This one may take the cake by the time we're done here. The starting lineup is brought to you by Amica Insurance, exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. Speaking of the world champion Boston Celtics, Svi Mihajlovic is actually going to start for Utah tonight. 18 different starters for Will Hardy this year. Cody Williams will play with him in the front court of Walker Kessler, shot blocker extraordinaire. Backcourt of Isaiah Collier, a very strong-looking rookie here, and Colin Sexton, the veteran. Celtics tonight will play without Jaylen Brown. They'll sound like this.
Drew Holiday, UCLA.
Derek White, University of Colorado.
Jason Tatum, Duke University.
Al Horford, University of Florida.
Kristaps Porzingis, Baloncesto Sevilla.
Al Horford's Florida Gators look good today. Ford F-150 first quarter presented by Ford F-Series, the #1 selling pickup, #1 truck in brand loyalty. Tonight's contestant, Tracy Hunt of Shrewsbury. Boston goes up by 15 at any point in the first quarter. Tracy wins the opportunity to see a game for the Ford Sports Deck. Enter the contest at 98.5 thesportshub.com. There were Celtic fans, 1,000 of them at least, Max, in here an hour before the game. Every time a Celtic came out of the tunnel to shoot, they were going crazy. And you forget, these buildings where you only come once a year geographically, you're not really close to any other. We have an hour-and-a-half flight tonight to the closest place pretty much in Portland to get to from here. When we get to places like Salt Lake City and Denver, maybe it'll be like this Sunday afternoon in Portland. The number of Celtic fans is striking.
Well, they want to come and they want to, see this team. They want to see them play well. I just want to see what the Celtics are going to bring tonight. Understanding that you're not playing for much, but to stay in shape and really to keep your timing together.
Double road uniforms tonight in Salt Lake City. Celtics are wearing the road green. White letters and numbers. They will go right to left in the first half. Utah wearing the black jerseys. White letters and numbers, purple trim. They will go left to right. Walker Kessler wins the jump ball. It's back in the hands of Isaiah Collier. And away we go. First possession of the road trip. Thanks for hanging out with us as we start out west. Cody Williams, one dribble, handoff. Colin Sexton turns the corner, kick to the far corner where Kessler is waiting. Porzingis takes the drive away. So the handoff, Sexton attacks Porzingis, runs it off the window and in. He had to shoot that over a 7'3" dude.
But you know what? He is never going to cheat you. He's always going to play hard. Sexton.
Al Horford getting the start with Porzingis. They haven't played a ton together. Moves it to Porzingis. There's the first touch for Jason Tatum on the left side. Kessler comes out to challenge. Entry deflected by Mihailuk. He's got the steal. Whips it ahead behind his back to Walker Kessler. Tatum turns it over, but Derek White, another sneak up from behind, knocks it away from Sexton, right into the hands of Drew Holiday. Another steal for Derek White. Holiday drops a bounce pass back for Porzingis, whose straightaway three is no good, and Kessler grabs his first rebound. Isaiah Collier up the right side. Finds Svi Mihailuk, steps to his left. He launches. Front iron, no good. Derek White may have altered that shot. Offensive rebound, though. Kessler bounce pass to the corner for a Colin Sexton three.
Talk about second chance opportunities. You're going to have to box out.
5-0 Utah. Derek White deep on the right side against Mihailuk. Here's the entry to Tatum. Throws that shoulder into Collier. Returns it to Porzingis. He's open. Straight away three. Swish.
Kessler can stand back there as long as he wants to. You give Porzingis that kind of room, he's going to dot your eyes.
Very quietly, Porzingis is creeping up towards 40% for the three-point line. Celtics are on the board, 5-3. Mihailuk trying to get free from Tatum. Catches, couple of dribbles, attacks the right side, falls away. Tough shot in traffic, misses everything. And the rebound fielded on a hot by Derek White. Tatum drops back to Derek White. Celtics playing a little nonchalant here early on. Horford for Porzingis into the left corner. Tatum sidles there, catches, shoots, and buries a three.
I wanted to be in position this time of running down in that off lane for that jump shot.
Footwork is so good. Back-to-back threes by Porzingis and Tatum, and the Celtics have the lead. Jazz with a bounce pass from Collier to Kessler.
Another walk.
He's spinning the paint on Porzingis. Finds Sexton in the corner. His follow is good.
His effort, again, is always going to be on point.
Sexton has all 7 Utah points. And a 1-point lead. Tatum catches left side against Mihailuk. Drives right around him. Double team, so he kicks to the corner for an Al Horford three that rims out. And the rebound belongs to Collier. Collier up the middle of the floor. Tatum slows him down. Push pass for Sexton. Sexton against Drew Holiday. Dribbles behind the Kessler screen. Bounce pass. Kessler rolling to the basket. Goes to the left hand. Misses the shot. Porzingis took the rim away. Kessler goes down. So it's a 5-on-4. Derek White for Drew Holiday. Porzingis catches and throws back to the left corner where Derek White is waiting for three.
Oh, good stuff there. Fancy passing. Finding the open man.
9-7. Boston by 2. Collier bumps into Holiday at the free throw line. Kick out left side, and it's Kessler trying the deep three. It's no good. The rebound for Derek White. He is just 4 of 24 now on the year. Everything's a work in progress. Holiday enters to Horford in the paint. He's going to hand to Porzingis, rolling down that left side. Lays it in with the left hand. We haven't seen much of that play because we haven't seen Horford and Porzingis together.
Driving towards the basket. Big follows big for a layup.
11-2 is the Boston run. They lead by 4. Collier catches right side, one dribble, attacks the paint, over the shoulder pass. Kessler doesn't want to take another three. Moves to the Sexton. He will willingly shoot. No good. Back iron, and the rebound for Tatum.
Timeout is coming.
Derek White into the front court. Drop back to Tatum. Going to move it right side. Porzingis up, fakes a deep three. Draws Kessler out and then hands it to Tatum. Tatum moves behind the Porzingis screen. Straight away three. Rocks it home. Timeout, Will Hardy. You were saying?
Timeout is coming. Timeout is coming. Can you hear that, Scal? Timeout is coming.
5 straight to start the game for Utah, but they trail by a touchdown. 4 minutes in, Boston 14, Utah 7 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Ugh, time to tackle my to-do list.
You mean all those doctor's appointments you've been putting off?
Exactly. I think this says eye exam?
Just book one on ZocDoc. You can search all kinds of doctors by availability, specialty, location, and read reviews from real patients.
Okay, what about a primary care doc and a dermatologist?
Again, ZocDoc. Gastroenterologist next?
Nope. Brunch.
You've got options. Download the free ZocDoc app to book today.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Celtics with a 14-7 lead after falling behind 5-zip. Here in Salt Lake City, Grady Max in the Amica Insurance broadcast booth. Celtics basketball presented by Amica Insurance. And Amica, they build a game plan with you in mind. Visit Amica.com today to learn more about Amica's award-winning customer service. Who said there's no suspense for the Celtics over these final 13 games, except this. The all-time Celtics three-point record in a single season. And what makes it interesting is not the fact that a Celtic is going to break it this year, but that all three, Tatum, Derek White, and Peyton Pritchard, are going to break it. It's just a matter of who does it first and who ends up on top. I think those are going to be two different answers, but Derek White with his 229th, Tatum just hit his 229th, matching the fourth best season in Celtics history. Out of the timeout. Sexton is out. Keontae George enters the game. Svi Mihalik bounce pass in the corner. George missed the three. Rebound Porzingis. I guess Sexton was doing too much. Yep, and he did. Hobbling is George here as soon as he came in the game. Tatum drives, finds Holiday, left corner three is blocked by Cody Williams into the hands of Kessler.
He walked off the floor.
He did. He walked off the floor, and Sexton was trying to get him to stay back out there because the play is still going on. Keontae George actually catches, dribbles, throws towards the rim, and Kessler slams it home. So Keontae George is hobbling, tried to come out of the game, and he ended up with an assist. I don't think I've ever seen that. Holiday, bounce entry for Porzingis. This is bizarre. Utah not calling timeout. Porzingis, ball fake, being harassed by Williams. Going to drive on him, run him up. No good. He gets his own rebound. Thanks to Al Horford, he misses the putback dunk and finally gets fouled. And now Keontae George will walk back towards the Utah bench. This is really strange. I mean, Will Hardy basically, and the Utah staff just ignored the fact that he got hurt.
Well, he's trying. He keeps walking back like he's coming out, and they're totally ignoring him. Like, no, keep playing. Well, that was interesting.
I don't think I've seen this outside like an 8-year-old that wanted to come out of the game and his coach wouldn't let him. Porzingis gets the first free throw.
His teammates shooting him back on the floor.
Yeah, he tried to come out of the game as the game was going on, and Colin Sexton seemed to tell him to go back on the floor, and Keontae George, like, pushed Colin Sexton away. Now Colin Sexton talking to JT Orr, the official, but he's still in this game. Porzingis makes the free throw. 16-9. That is bizarre. He is playing through it here.
Man, that's a young player right there.
Ooh.
Bones still haven't formed yet.
Collier moves it to him, and left side three is good. What is going on here? Keontae George tried to check himself out of the game. They wouldn't let him. Now he has an assist on a Kessler dunk and a three. 16-12. Boston by 4. Derek White for Tatum deep on the right side. Tatum, they run away from him, so he pulls up, shoots a three, front iron, no good. Porzingis gets over the top, grabs the offensive rebound, and gets fouled.
George was trying to box him out. He was in front of him. But Porzingis so long, just put that mitt up. He was able to grab that basketball and almost got a shot opportunity there.
He was pushing it up with one hand, but as Max has told you many times, you got to have two hands on the ball. So side on the bounce, Tatum in safe at Horford.
Now going to work.
He is going to work in the paint. Draws the double, kick out. Porzingis swung to Holiday. Left hand dribble around. Kessler whips to the corner. Tough angle three for Derek White is good.
Man, it was not a good pass. Able to catch that basketball with the left hand, put it in the right hand, and shoot from the deep corner.
There's number 230 for Derek White. 19-12, Celtics by 7. Entry caught by Kessler. Tatum, the last line of defense. Kessler spins away from him and missed the shot falling away because Tatum forced him into a shot he didn't want.
Porzingis might have got a piece of that.
Derek White enters to Tatum. Tatum leaning on Keontae George. Steps back away from him, and a 12-footer is no good. Back iron Horford. Back taps the offensive rebound to Drew Holiday. Hands to Porzingis for three.
That's such a weapon. You know, you're talking about you're playing back, and then that 7-footer stands out there and launches a three so easily.
Celtics have made 6 threes in the first 6.5 minutes of the game, and that double-digit lead, 22-12. Collier turns the corner. Holiday is there, and he throws it away. Picked off at the free throw line by Tatum. Dribbles behind his back, but exposed the ball. It hits the back of the foot of Tatum, bounces to himself, and he lays it in. Mihalik is saying that's a kick ball.
Dude, that was a hockey-like kick. Yeah,
he kicked it to himself.
I don't think we've ever seen.
The ball hit George, it popped free, and Tatum back kicked it over his own shoulder to himself. Missed three for the corner, offensive rebound. Kessler lays it up and in. So we are at 24-14. I simply can't believe the things we have already seen in this game. A player trying to come out, they would not let him go out, and then Tatum kicking the ball to himself like he was Ronaldo. He's going to pull up, shoot a three over Kessler. That's no good. The rebound, Mihalik deflects it to Keontae George, who apparently is completely healed. Mihalik splits a double, attacks the paint, and Mihalik flies through the air and throws it down with two hands.
Well, you say you want to see an exciting game. You see a lot of things you won't see.
This has been a crazy 7.5 minutes. 24-16, Boston by 8. Porzingis straight away against Kessler. Holding it on his hip. Zips into the corner. Quick three. Derek White. Nope. Long rebound. Weak side Mihalik. Speed Mihalik up the right side. Drew Holiday slows him down. Mihalik switches to the right hand. Now back in the left. Derek White reaches in, knocks it away. They're calling a foul, I believe, on Derek White. Maybe Holiday away from the ball.
Yeah, if you see that move 1,000 times, Tatum didn't mean to kick it. It just hit the back of his heel, and then it just comes back to him. Oh, my God. You'll never see that play again. That is a once-in-a-lifetime play that you just saw in basketball.
All right, Baylor Shireman gets an early entry. He comes in with Hauser, Pritchard, and Cornette. Wholesale changes. 4 players from the bench join Jason Tatum here. Kyle Filipowski is in for the first time for Utah. With the Jazz down by 8. 8 minutes into the game. Keontae George finds Johnny Juzang against Shireman. Juzang picks up his dribble, 18-footer, goes about 15 feet. Air ball rebounded by Cornette.
Kessler might have got a piece of that.
Tatum, lead for Hauser. Tatum cross-court pass deflected. Shireman saves it out to Hauser, who up-fakes on Filipowski, drives, floats it off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Cornette. One dribble, throw back out to Tatum. Tatum finds Hauser, relocates into the right corner for three.
That was nice. I mean, Hauser kept moving without the basketball, and Tatum located him with his eyes going in the corner.
7 threes in 9 minutes for the Celtics, and they lead by 11. 27-16. Colin Sexton going to try the left side. He was hot early. Attacks the paint. Cornette waiting for him till Pritchard can get there. And Sexton floats it back out to Filipowski against Shireman. Exposes the ball. Tatum comes to the backside. Rips it away. Tatum goes the distance. Right-hand slam.
Wow. Tatum doing it on both ends of the floor. This time on the defensive end with the quick hands on the backside.
Tatum's in double figures. Celtics by 13, 29-16. A little over 9 minutes in. Keontae George moving behind the Kessler screen. Blitz by Tatum. Moves into Johnny Juzang. Couple of dribbles to 12 feet. Long kick out. Filipowski aims that three for the corner. It's no good. Weak side defensive rebound. Cornette. Quick outlet. Tatum floats it up the right side to Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard pulls up on Sexton. Three, no good. Rims out. Rebound Kessler.
Tatum came down and he had his hands down.
Celtics are 7 of 14 from three. Utah 2 of 8 to begin the game. Keontae George apparently feeling just fine. Dribbles to his right, throws back to Sexton. Sexton, one dribble in on Hauser, drives, scoops, and scores. He beats Hauser clean. Timeout, Joe Mazula. Colin Sexton's got half of Utah's points, but the Jazz are down by 11. 2:11 to go. Opening quarter at the Delta Center. Boston 29, Utah 18. On the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here in America, work is in trouble. We've offshored our manufacturing, sent away good jobs, and lost so much ability to make things. American Giant is a company that's pushing back against this tide. They make high-quality clothing, sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more right here in the USA. Visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com. Promo code STAPLE20.
Thumbtack presents the ins and outs of caring for your home. Out. Indecision. Overthinking. Second-guessing every choice you make. In. Plans and guides that make it easy to get home projects done. Out. Beige on beige on beige. In. Knowing what to do, when to do it, and who to hire. Start caring for your home with confidence. Download Thumbtack today.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The home of the bees, the Sports Hub.
Brex, proud to be the official corporate card of the Boston Celtics. Brex cards help over 25,000 companies make every dollar count. Learn more at Brex.com/grow. Very strange start to this one. Celtics by 13 with the ball, 29-16. Exactly 2 minutes remaining right now if you're syncing up with TV in the first quarter. Jason Tatum deep on the right side. Bumps Michael Potter, puts it to the floor, steps back to the dotted line. His jumper's good. Tatum's got 12 already.
Just playing with him. That time took him in, took him out, and then faded off the wrong foot.
Michael Potter bounced around the Big Ten, Ohio State and Wisconsin. Juzang going to hand to Keontae George, turns the corner, drives past Shireman, throws to the right corner, picked up by Tatum. Stepping in front of Potter, throws it over his head to lead Hauser. He's going to pull up in transition and knock down the long jumper. They're calling it a three for now.
Yeah, I don't know what Jason Tatum isn't doing today.
Attacking and getting blocked at the rim by Luke Cornett was Keontae George. Tatum lead for Shireman. Pull up three. No good. And the rebound belongs to Filipowski.
You're going to pop the crowd in with that one.
The number of highlights already in the first 10 minutes plus of this game as Shireman ends up fouling Sexton. Sexton was trying to go by. Which way are they going with this? The moving screen knocks Shireman into Sexton.
Oh, I like that. Man, Tatum is...
Tatum is doing things we have never seen before.
Is he auditioning for something? Dancing with the stars?
Tatum's got 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Made an incredible saving play. The ball out of bounds, and he kicked the ball to himself like he was playing at Wembley. Setting up a dunk. Tatum has it here against Keontae George. Dribbles to the free throw line. Jumper is good. And someone needs to get Tatum out of this game because he is too good for everybody else.
Whew, man, cooking with gas.
14 for Tatum in the first quarter. 35-18. 17-point first quarter lead. Sexton over the shoulder pass. Pretty good look for Potter at 3, and he's got it. 36-21. I believe I called it right. That Hauser shot was not a 3. His Pritchard one is not either because it comes up short. And the rebound going to go out of bounds. It will stay with the Celtics. So they called it a 3 on the court, but that from where we're sitting, it looked like Hauser was on the line. They've overruled this call. They're going to give the ball to Utah now. So the correct score is 35-21.
The Celtics complaining right now. They want a challenge, but they're saying right now the ball should be going to the Celtics because Utah, it went off their hands.
Then you have to decide as Matt Reynolds looks at it. Yeah, they're going to overrule. You don't want to use one of your challenges. Yeah.
Hauser was pretty adamant about, hey, I didn't touch that basketball. And the official was looking right at him. That's what upsets you sometimes about using your challenges. You feel like you shouldn't be using them with an obvious call like that.
Celtics go small here for the final 30 seconds. Torrey Craig comes in to get Luke Cornett. Celtics have 14 on the shot clock, so not much of an opportunity for a 2-for-1. Tatum throws away the inbound. He misses Pritchard. Can he go get it in the backcourt? He cannot. And Tatum turns it over. Pritchard, Hauser, Shireman, and Craig out there with Tatum.
Pritchard trying to say he was helped there. Like Sexton is going to be coming with this basketball full speed, trying to get towards the rim.
9 assists, just 2 turnovers now for the Celtics. Said turnovers are a real problem for Utah. Have been all year. Those margins have killed them in games. Sexton deep on the right side against Torrey Craig. About a 5-second differential on the 2 clocks as we count it down to the first quarter. 15 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. Sexton drives past Torrey Craig, tried to cuff it, and he missed the dunk. He didn't have enough in the air, and he hit the front iron with it. Now the Celtics should hope for the final shot. Tatum has earned it. Drives behind the back through Juzang. Kick to the corner. Craig tosses out to Pritchard for a buzzer-beating 3 that's no good. That's how the first quarter will come to an end, and that was as memorable a 12 minutes in a late season game that doesn't affect the standings as you were ever going to see. End of 1 at the Delta Center. Boston 35, Utah 21 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My brother-in-law died suddenly. Now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. After that, I told my wife we couldn't put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month. a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com.
Everybody's talking about inflation. At Ocean State Job Lot, we've been fighting inflation for 48 years. Spring hinged reading glasses at your favorite drugstore are $20. Buy them at Job Lot for $3. $20 sunglasses, $5. Designer sunglasses, $7. Looking for American-made disposable aluminum bakeware? Save 70%. If you're a gardener, you can purchase burpee flour and vegetable seed anywhere. At Ocean State Job Lot, we sell it at 40% off. We haven't even mentioned crazy deals where you can buy things for free.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
You know they're pulling out all the stops in the Delta Center when Andrei Kirilenko, and they bring him back down to the court here. Celtics will take a 14-point lead into the second quarter. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Boston, the home of the Celtics, Bruins, Rams, and Patriots. Boston's home for sports is 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station.
Grady Max in Salt Lake, another winner in the Ford F-150 first quarter contest. Tracy Hutt has won the opportunity to see a game for the Ford Sports Deck, courtesy of your New England Ford dealers. The Celtics going up by 15. At one point, they lead by 14 now. Peyton Pritchard out there with White, Porzingis, Holiday, and Hauser. Holiday bumps his man Mihalik, steps back in the baseline. Crazy fall-away shot, no good. Rebound, Filipowski. Sexton into the front court. He scored the first 7 points, first 5 points of the game total. He had 7. He was scoring too much. Utah had to get him out of the game. Sexton moves to Mihalik against Drew Holiday. Shot clock at 7. Couple of dribbles from Mihalik. Gets by Holiday. Muscles it up. No good, but he got the foul call. And Mihalik will go to the free throw line.
Holiday gets to the baseline. Playing against a guy like Drew. He's played against him 1,000 times. This time in practice, but gets by him in the game and gets hit on the arm as he's going towards the basket.
You love that Utah team, didn't you? That Andrei Kirilenko, Greg Ostertag.
I love it when Michael Jordan dunked on somebody. It was one of the Utah Jazz players, and somebody was screaming on, pick on somebody your own size, a bigger guy. And he came down and dunked on Ostertag, and he screamed over, is that big enough for you?
It was a funny thing. Maybe the Celtics documentary has it all in my mind. In the episode about the 70s and the racial issues and the Celtics having Dave Counts, John Havlicek on the team. Mihalik makes the free throw, so we're at 35-23. Put 3 left side. Porzingis is no good. Celtics made 7 of their first 12, but now they've missed 6 in a row. They lead 35-23. Mihalik ball fake, drives by Holiday, and then gets to the rim and kicks all the way out to Ju Zhang, who knocks down a 3. 8 straight points here for Utah, and the Boston lead is down to 9. Holiday, kick out, Pritchard swings to Porzingis. One dribble, handoff Derek White. White thought about it, but the Celtics have gone cold from 3, so he'll try to get closer. Pump fake on Filipowski, flips it up and in.
Good move. This time kind of froze the defender with a little shimmy shake.
8 for Derek White. Celtics by 11, 37-26. 10:30 to go first half. Sexton drives into Porzingis, pump fake, turns on him, can't see the rim, so he throws a bounce pass to the cutter. Ju Zhang chased all the way by Sam Hauser. That's going to be 3 seconds offensively on Sexton.
Well, Sexton's like, what? You're still in the lane. You were in there for 2 seconds, then 3 seconds, and they gave you a 4, and you still hadn't left the lane yet.
Boston by 11. Richard moves to Drew Holiday deep on the right side. Passed by Michael Potter. One dribble for Holiday, going to attack the paint. Go to that left hand, scoop shot is no good. The rebound deflected, out of bounds. That should be Boston ball, and it is.
Well, Sexton could have grabbed that basketball, but just kind of let it go. But this is really a good building as I'm watching it.
Inbound Pritchard, left side 3 is no good. He has started cold. Rebound Potter, of course, one of the most famous shots in NBA history took place in this building. Sexton going to attack the paint, step back. Oh, he almost skidded that back foot into the travel, but he hits the 14-footer over Derek White. 9-point game again. As Derek White starts on the left side, a foul called on. See if they got Filipowski. They did.
Porzingis always can get that play because once you touch it, Porzingis gets a little flop going along with that. Not much of an elbow, but just enough to get the attention of the officials.
Derek White inbound, takes the handoff back from Porzingis. Celtics by 9. Still early second quarter. Porzingis down the circle. Rises over Mihailuk and knocks down the 10-footer.
Man, that was good stuff. And Steve knew what was going to happen, but couldn't do anything about it with that 7-footer standing there.
39-28. You can't reach out or Porzingis will go into your arms and draw a foul. Sexton was behind the screen. Drop back to Potter. Left side three. Way too strong. Offensive rebound, though. Filipowski, and he is fouled. Loose ball foul on the Celtics.
See, Danny is going to evaluate and start looking at what he has. They have a bunch of picks coming in. All these guys you're seeing in college now, Danny's going to have a good chance at getting a lot of these different players.
Really enjoyed getting to catch up. Got a lot of time with Danny here before the game. It's always great to see him. He still pays very close attention to what's going on with the Celtics. So much of this team, so much of that championship team he built. Mihailuk steps to his left, falls away on Derek White. Ugly looking three, no good, but Juzang flies over Drew Holiday as the offensive rebound. Turns, scores off the window, and one. And Cedric Maxwell is smiling because Johnny Juzang did not kick the ball out to a three-point shooter. He spun and went right to the rim, and now he's got a chance for three.
Well, one of the things that happened then was there was no box out. When you didn't box out on the backside, Drew Holiday's not jumping that high. As a younger player gets a springboard going towards the rim.
Can you see this if I show it to you? We are at altitude in Salt Lake City, and my pens are exploding. Because this sometimes happens when you're flying and you pull one of these pens out. It's making a big mess of my scorecard. 3-point play.
Look at my pens.
39-31. I admit I've got a little bit of a marker pen disorder. Bad entry by Pritchard. He actually overshot Porzingis. Great hustle by Juzang to save it back inbound. Utah can make it a two-possession game here. Filipowski jumps in the paint, scoops it up, no good, but he got the foul on Derek White. He will get free throws. It's a second foul on Derek White. Drew Holiday's already out of the game with 3.
How do you throw the ball over Porzingis' head? The thing you have to do is just slow it down. Pritchard, slow down a little bit. Slow down. Pritchard's been looking at his wrist. He had it taped up, and now he has more tape on it. Now he's going to Portland, where he's the king.
Filipowski misses the first free throw. The second-round pick out of Duke. They miss him, but they got a dude who can replace him. It's pretty good today as Duke won their first game easily. Got Calipari and Patino tomorrow. Filipowski gets the free throw. Speaking of Danny, up us our assist. 39-32 Celtics by 7. Now, I got to see Danny today. He was with my wife yesterday in Denver. NCAA tournament because BYU's playing and will again tomorrow. Derek White, entry, Porzingis, draws contact, throws it up towards the rim, no good, but he got a foul on Sexton. Got caught, as we said earlier, reaching his hands forward. And Porzingis just rises into those, don't get free throws.
That is the difference. When you're talking about what Porzingis does, he punishes you in that paint. You switch, he goes directly to the paint, and he looks to score the basketball, unlike anybody else the Celtics have right now. Al, there are times when he's going to kick out, and you just want some of these guys to take these layup opportunities.
Porzingis gets the first free throw. Celtics will play Sunday afternoon in Portland, back-to-back Monday night in Sacramento, and back on national TV. Very little national TV the rest of the way, but the Wednesday night game against Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and the calamity that is this Phoenix Suns season. Wednesday night, Porzingis gets the free throws, 41-32. 9-point Boston lead. Celtics have led by as many as 17. Sexton moving to his right. That's looking to attack Hauser. Turns in the paint. Hauser shuts him off. Kick out left side. Juzang. Shot clock down to 7. Entry. Caught in the paint by Potter. He'll throw it out to the right side for Filipowski. 3 that's no good. Porzingis deflects the rebound to Al Horford. Celtics have the Twin Towers back out there with White, Hauser, and Pritchard. No Jaylen Brown tonight if you're joining us late. Horford enters to Porzingis, and he was fouled on the catch.
Porzingis does the best job of keeping the defender on his back, moving to get the basketball, and then turning all in one motion. That doesn't allow the defender to get through and knock that basketball away.
Kessler back. Playing with Filipowski, Juzang, Mihailuk, and Sexton for Utah. Washington has lost their game tonight. Right off the side, out of bounds, and I mean right off the side, out of bounds. Hauser drills a three.
Hauser is going to try to get a little bit more rhythm. I want him to start to be more aggressive shooting.
8 points in 7 minutes for Hauser. Entry to Kessler, kick out to Filipowski to attack the baseline. Pritchard swipes at the ball, knocks it free. Porzingis sends Pritchard away. Long cross court. Hauser in transition. Launches the three. No good. Pritchard has the offensive rebound. Kicks all the way out to Porzingis. His three is good. Peyton Pritchard, smallest guy on the floor, gets the offensive rebound and kicks out to the 7'3" Porzingis for a three.
Man, that's just unfair. Basketball is not the way I do it.
Celtics have made 9 threes in the first half. Lead back to 15. Colin Sexton, pull up, left elbow jumper is good over Horford.
They almost want to give you that 10-foot jump shot now.
Sexton's got 13. Porzingis is the game high scorer. He's got 17. Tatum had 14 in the first quarter. Entry Porzingis at the mid block. Spins on Kessler. Turns to his right. Steps through him. Puts it off glass and rims out. Pritchard again keeps the offensive rebound alive. This time he relocates to the corner. Takes the feed from Porzingis and buries a three.
Great job then by Pritchard. Keeping that basketball alive. Fingertips on it.
Pritchard had missed his first 4 tonight. Now he is on the board, and the Celtics lead by 16, 50-34. Colin Sexton. Bounce entry, caught by Kessler, going to work, and he double teams, so he throws to the corner for a three from Filipowski.
Why are you double teaming the post like that? With a guy who isn't really that much of a scorer.
50-37, Boston by 13. Derek White. Long cross court, picked off by Sexton, but
look at the hole.
Yeah, they blow the play down, saying Pritchard got held. Now we'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. He comes with 6:17 to go in the first half. Boston 50, Utah 37 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Dundee, Ali's trainer right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! The heavyweight champion is taking the mandatory 8 count, and Foreman is as poised as can be in a neutral corner.
Too many moments like this where we get to and have to pass along sad news. We have lost George Foreman at the age of 76. His family just released a statement. Quote, our hearts are broken with profound sorrow. We announce the passing of George Foreman, who peacefully departed today, March 21st, 2025. One of the iconic figures I'm a little too young to remember him, but I know, Max, that is right up your alley.
That was up my alley. And think about all those sons he had. All those guys' names were George Foreman.
One of the great, last year we were on the air when we lost Tina Turner. Talk about a reinvention. George Foreman, one of the great reinventions of the modern era, when he came back and won the heavyweight championship again. Play back on with Utah down by 13. Spinning in the paint is Isaiah Collier, and he gets it to go from 10 feet away. 50-39. Celtics by 11. Also an Olympian. Tatum down the right side. The big first quarter blows by Sensabaugh, but Sensabaugh reaches out, got a piece of that shot on the way up. Sensabaugh, that big fourth quarter in Boston. Drop back to Collier. He's open for a trail three. It's no good. And the rebound belongs to Al Horford.
Good box out there. Kessler, you have two guys boxing him out.
Peyton Pritchard behind the Horford screen. Kessler down in his defensive stance, watching it. He has to bend down to go eye to eye with Pritchard. Pritchard takes the handoff back from Hauser. Down the left side he comes, slips on the floor, but he's able to get it away to Sam Hauser. Hauser with 4 on the shot clock. Pump fake on Kessler, fall away 3, low percentage shot, no good. And the rebound belongs to Utah. Sensabaugh. As Derek White running up from behind, so he protects the ball. Dribbles into about 12 feet. His jumper is no good, and the rebound for Al Horford.
Wet spot on the
floor. Yeah, where
out.
Pritchard just slipped, and Mark Davis blows the play down before the players rejoin that end of the floor.
You know what they did? Wish you could have been around when they had the rain coming into the garden. And it was just pouring down, just coming down onto the floor as we were playing. They said, don't go on that side.
Let's dribble around. Work around. Celtics by 11. Peyton Pritchard. High screen from Tatum. Moves to his left. Tatum wants it. Top of the circle. He's got it. Tatum, one dribble with the left hand, just attacks. Keontae George knocks him backwards, and they're calling a foul here. Which way, though?
And Tatum slipped on the floor, too.
He did.
What's going on out there, but...
Sam Hauser telling the guy with the mop.
That's how he calls it.
Oh, yeah, right onto the basket.
Yeah. That is really scary in that one particular spot.
There was no contact on the floor. There was a promotion they did with a bunch of beverages out at center court, and I'm wondering if when they came off the court, we weren't looking, there was some kind of issue there. Utah with the ball down by 11. 4:32 to go in the first half. Sam Hauser trying to check Sensabaugh. Moves it back left side for Collier. Collier attacks Pritchard. Turns to the mid-block. Pritchard holds his ground. Shot clock down to 4. Collier turns, drives baseline, gets in deep, falls away. High arcing shot, just hoping for the rim. He gets it. That's great defense from Peyton Pritchard. Hauser has the rebound. Derek White into the front court. Drop back to Tatum. Thought about the deep three instead. Puts it in his pocket. Creeps to the elbow. Now attacks the paint. Goes off the window and in. Score on the foul.
This time just went right into the body of the defender. Too strong, too good, too doggone good looking.
Tatum 16 on 7 of 11 shooting, and this will be his first free throw of the night.
He just put this ball up high on the glass. Defender was there, slapped at him, counted and won.
At a time that athletes' careers were over in their 30s. Remember, George Foreman went away for 10 years, and everybody laughed at his comeback until he kept knocking guys out and ended up knocking out Michael Moore to win the championship, and that legendary call by Jim Lampley. It happened. 53-39, quick three on the right side from Keontae George is no good. Offensive rebound, Kessler, and he lays it up and in.
Kessler, if you don't box him out, that time smaller guys out, he just did those crane arms.
6.6 rebounds for Kessler. Celtics by 12. Horford for Tatum, swings it right side. Pretty good look for Sam Hauser. 3 comes up short. Offensive rebound, Horford. He puts it right back up, misses. He gets another offensive rebound, and that putback is no good. He was taking himself farther and farther away from the basket. Derek White, another chase down steal from Keontae George. Hauser for Pritchard. Up fakes the 3. Drives, bounce pass to Al Horford. 2-hand slam. That was a thing of defense to offense beauty.
Ain't gonna miss that one. This time goes up strong. 2 hands. Tomahawk.
55-41, Boston by 14, 3:13 to go in the first half. Isaiah Collier, right side to Keontae George. George, hounded by Sam Hauser on the right side, doesn't take the Kessler screen, instead switches to the left hand, runs it up, no good. Offensive rebound, Kessler goes over the top of Hauser and taps it in.
Too big. Again, if you don't put a body on it, he's just gonna reach over you.
8 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists for Kessler. Quick 3, Al Horford circles the rim, and the rim spits it out. Utah with the ball down by 12. 2:45 to go first half. Switching to the right hand, attacking, scooping, and scoring.
Timeout.
It's Cody Williams and Joe Mazula will call a timeout. Utah on the counterattack. Remember, it seemed like they weren't hanging in, but they cut a 23-point deficit, made it disappear in a game in Boston. They're trying to climb out of a 17-point hole tonight. 2:39 to go. First half, Boston 55, Utah 45. On the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidant C&E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
Packages by Expedia. You were made to be rechargeable. We were made to package flights, hotels, and hammocks for less. Expedia, made to travel. You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidant C&E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Randy Max, the Meek Insurance broadcast booth in Salt Lake City, with the Celtics up by 10 with 2:39 to go in the first half. At least getting an honest effort from the Jazz here tonight, unlike the Sixers and Spurs, who somebody had to lose, and it was the Sixers tonight. 128-120. OKC with the record very much in sight for the best scoring differential in NBA history. Beat Charlotte tonight by 35. They're in real good shape to break that record. New Orleans lost by 40 at Minnesota. Cooper Flagg better be really, really good. See, he's messing up this season. Derek White, straight away. Celtics up by 10. He's going to take the deep three. It bounces out, and Kessler has another rebound. That's 9 rebounds already for Kessler. Isaiah Collier into the front court. You see the Rookie of the Year favorite, Stephon Castle, Saturday night next weekend in San Antonio. Collier's had a good year, too. He goes over the shoulder to Sensabaugh, who's open in the corner. He knocks down a 3. Remember, he made 5 of them in Boston. That was a big part of that comeback in the fourth quarter. 7 straight here for Utah, and the Boston lead is down to 7, 55-48. Tatum against Kessler. Moves to Porzingis at the free throw line. Sexton trying to hold his ground. Giving away over a foot. Porzingis draws the contact. Shot is good. Score on the foul.
That's it. What they're saying is this shot is not going to count as a three-point shot. They're saying it's only 2 because he swung into the arms of Sexton then.
So in other words, the shot will not count. Porzingis will get 2 free throws. Joe Mazula being heard on the topic. Houston came back to win that game in Miami. Houston has been unbelievable.
Yeah, they're going to put some pressure. Those teams like the Lakers, guys out there, Clippers. I don't know, nobody wants to see Houston early on.
Well, it's just natural. No, Houston and Memphis almost don't exist in this conversation. I believe that's 9 straight wins for Houston now. Porzingis gets the free throws. We're at 57-48. Celtics by 9. Meanwhile, very quietly, Porzingis has 19 in the first half here tonight. He has been so good since coming back. Sensabaugh, deep on the left side, a big body. Al Horford will come out and chase. Keontae George tags him. Sensabaugh throws it away. He thought he was driving to the basket. He threw it right to Porzingis. He and Keontae George not on the same page. Porzingis moves to Tatum. Simpson and Porzingis, they double team, so he touches it to the corner. Pritchard's three is way off. Rebound weak side, Sensabaugh. Pritchard does not have it here tonight. He is 1 for 6. Sensabaugh, offensive end, little jump pass, just eludes Porzingis. Keontae George has it in the corner. He will dribble out to the wing. Final minute enters right now. The first half, George drives. Derek White from the backside blocks the shot. Porzingis has the loose ball. And Keontae George is down again. Here comes Tatum driving, trying to flush on Kessler. And Kessler met him at the rim and blocked the shot. Keontae George is still down. 4-on-5 break. Driving, missing the layup was Collier. Defensive rebound, Derek White. And he is fouled on a reach-in by Kessler. As for the second time tonight, Keontae George rolls off the court. And he takes himself out of the game.
Are you sure they're going to take him out this time?
No. I am not. Although Filipowski is going to come back in. Utah is over the limit here, so Derek White will walk to the other end to shoot free throws.
Derek White kind of hit him with the body, and Tatum came in to dunk that basketball. And at the top by Kessler.
Clean block by Kessler. 8 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists and a block for Kessler. And Keontae George kicks in the chair on the bench as he finally is allowed to go back to the locker room. 42.9 seconds ahead of his teammates.
Why is he punishing the chair? Why is he kicking the chair? The chair didn't do it.
There was somebody called a timeout. They have not told us who yet. Timeout comes with 42.9 to go in the half. Free throws coming for Derek White with the Celtics leading by 9. Utah calls the timeout.
Get people early exit out of here now.
The Thunder,
cold beverage.
The Thunder with that win pushed their scoring margin to 13.1. They only had to outscore teams by 9 points a game the rest of the way. That number is going to plummet to about 8. They got a real shot to break that record now.
Why people right now aren't still believing in them.
Well,
all the people like,
they cannot believe, but I'll say this right now, if you're not aware of it, they will be far and away, and it will not be close, the best team in NBA history to not win the championship if they don't win. 58-12, and one thing that's happened here with the Cavs losing 3 in a row, and their 3-game losing streak will be on the line in Phoenix tonight. The Cavs have kicked away home court in an NBA final scenario against OKC.
As if they get there.
Well, obviously, everything is if you get there. That was one of the things you thought might still be alive for the Celtics, trying to stay ahead of the other teams besides OKC in the Western Conference, but the Celtics with a 5.5 game lead on the number 2 team in the West.
It's just a couple crazy plays for guys trying to get towards the basket these last couple of seconds here. 2-for-1 opportunity here if you go quick right now if you're Utah.
OKC shot 57% tonight, 54% from 3, 21 of 39. Celtics, by the way, will end the season with a pair of games against Charlotte.
Why are people going like that? This is not a promotion.
I think what they're trying to do is shout down the Celtic fans who are making noise. Derek White misses the second free throw, and the rebound belongs to Filipowski, his third. 58-48, Celtics by 10. 35 seconds to go, 2-for-1 here for Utah late in the second quarter. Sexton drives, switches to the right hand. They're going to score that, and the foul. And if it's on Derek White, it's his third.
Third foul, and the thing he used that quickness. You should have knew if you were Derek White that he was going to attack the rim for the 2-for-1. Step back a little bit and don't allow him to get that head steam going towards the rim.
There's another pattern developing here in all of these late season games for the Celtics against teams at the bottom of the league. They're coming out, they're building the 10, 12, 15, tonight 17-point lead, and you just go into the, as you like to say, the home run trot. And it's hard when you don't have really anything to play for to keep that intensity up, and this is another game in which the lead is started to dissipate. Sexton gets the free throw to rattle in. And the Boston lead was 17, now it is 7. 58-51, exactly 30 seconds left. Horford in the corner, returns to Derek White. Dangerous pass along the sideline. 2-for-1 is gone. This will be Tatum. 14 in the first quarter, just 3 here in the second. Deep on the left side. Tatum puts it in the right hand, spins back to his left, pulls up at 12 feet, high arcing jumper, bounces out, offensive rebound. Porzingis volleys it off the glass and in. 21.7 rebounds for Porzingis in the first half.
Got that big mid on that basketball.
Final 5 seconds. Collier moves it left side. Pump fake. Now the three is going to come up short off the fingertips of Sensabaugh. That's how the first half will come to an end. But again, Celtics build a big lead. Utah crawls back in it. Coming up, Sean Silver scores from around the NBA, including another monster OKC win. Detroit having some trouble tonight in Dallas. He'll update you on all of it. Obviously, day 2 of the NCAA tournament. Hockey East Championship game going on at TD Garden tonight. And then back here at the Delta Center, where the Celtics lead the Jazz 60-51. It's halftime on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
At Hotels.com, we know some travelers crave an ocean breeze. Others don't want to deal with sand. And oftentimes, those two people end up together. Compare properties side by side to find yourself poolside, oceanside, and still in a relationship. Find your perfect somewhere with Hotels.com.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidant C&E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
Blink and get more. More what, you ask? More value with smart home security at an even smarter price. More simplicity with easy install. More convenience with up to 2 years of battery life. And more connection so you can check in from anywhere. Hi, Boomer. Who's a good boy? The best part? With Blink Smart Home Security, you'll get all this without spending more. So blink and get more. To learn more, visit Amazon.com/blink.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Tatum puts it in the right hand, spins back to his left, pulls up at 12 feet, high arcing jumper, bounces out, offensive rebound. Porzingis volleys it off the glass and in. 21.7 rebounds for Porzingis in the first half.
With your halftime score 60-51, the Celtics lead the Utah Jazz. Welcome into our Waltham studios. I'm Sean Silver with your Celtics halftime. The 70th game of the season for Boston, a road trip, smack in the middle of March Madness, an undermanned Utah team. Hey, the player taking care of business in the first half was Kristaps Porzingis. 21 points, 7 rebounds for him in the opening 24 minutes. That player taking care of business, sponsored by Cambridge Savings Bank. Taking care of business starts with a great team with CSB. Get a partner who puts you first so you can focus on what matters most. Visit CambridgeSavings.com or stop by a branch to start your relationship today. Member FDIC. Porzingis taking personal responsibility and making sure that this is not a trap game out in Utah with that shining first-half performance. But this is a close one still. If not for Porzingis and Jason Tatum, I don't really know where the Celtics would be tonight. Tatum doing the thing early in this one.
White into the front court. Drop back to Tatum. Thought about the deep three instead. Puts it in his pocket. Creeps to the elbow. Now attacks the paint. Goes off the window and in. Score on the foul.
This time just went right into the body of the defender. Too strong, too good, too doggone good looking.
Tatum with 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block through the first 12 minutes of play, according to Dick Leip, the stat man there on Twitter. That's the first time that he's done that in his career. So pretty rarefied air for Tatum early on, but he cooled in the second half. He just added 3 points in the second period of play here. Celtics a 14-point lead, 35-21 after one. And you say, okay, it's only a 9-point game. Now what happened? Well, Tatum hit the bench to start the second. No Jaylen Brown tonight. Things a little cold for the C's. The Jazz took a 17-point game, cut it down to single digits. Utah giving an effort. Celtics couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, but both teams played hard, my man.
Derek White, another chase down steal from Keontae George. Hauser for Pritchard. Up fakes the three. Drives, bounce pass to Al Horford. Two-hand slam. That was a thing of defense to offense beauty.
Ain't gonna miss that one. This time goes up strong. 2 hands. Tomahawk.
Sometimes when it's not working out, you got to take unconventional measures. Just hustle a little bit more. Get those buckets. A 9-point game, 60-51 our score. And let's go into our box score right now. As mentioned, the Celtics led by Kristaps Porzingis with 21 points on 6 of 12 shooting, 8 rebounds, actually, 4 assists and a steal. He's 3 of 5 from deep, 6 of 6 at the charity stripe. 17 points for Tatum. He is 7 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown. Has made his only free throw attempt, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals so far, 3 turnovers as well. 9 points for Derek White. He's hit 2 of 4 from downtown. Also on the board tonight, Al Horford just 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting, but he has secured 7 rebounds, 8 points off the bench for Sam Hauser to lead the way from the bench mob. Utah, Colin Sexton, the only player in double figures. He has 16 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Walker Kessler, a productive first half with 8 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and a swat. Celtics shooting just under 40% for the half. They were 10 of 28 from downtown, made 8 of 9 at the charity stripe. Utah, 44% from the field, made 6 of 18 from deep, 5 of 6 from the foul line. Boston, a 2-rebound advantage in this one. Passed out 2 more dimes and taking care of the basketball a little bit better than the Jazz with 5 turnovers to Utah's 9. All those factors go into a nice little 9-point lead. Let's see how things go in the second half. 60-51 so far. The Celtics with the lead. I'm Sean Silver. Your headlines coming up. Then we'll send it back to Grandy and Max for the call of the second half of the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub, Celtics Radio Network.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Scoreboards from around the league are brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. In the NBA tonight, full slate in the association. Thunder blow out the Hornets. Timberwolves destroy the Pelicans. It's late season action, right, folks? Magic with a 120-105 win over the Wizards. The Rockets get by the Heat. The Spurs get by the 76ers. In progress, Mavericks trying to put away the Pistons late in the fourth. It's the Suns with an 11-point lead over the Cavaliers in the second. Nuggets and Blazers knotted up at 30 after one. Grizzlies and Clippers just getting underway. Men's college basketball right now, Utah with a slim halftime lead on Oklahoma. It's Illinois leading Xavier by 4 as time winds down in the first half. Bryant up 2 on Michigan State. Go Bulldogs. 7 minutes left in the first. Oregon all over Liberty early. Red Sox with a win in spring training today. Richard Fitz looks like your fourth starter to open the season. Hockey East champions are the Maine Black Bears. And Big George Foreman, former heavyweight boxing champion of the world, has passed away at the age of 76. I'm Sean Silver. Celtics with a 9-point lead at the half, and Utah sending it back to Grandy and Max for the call of the second half on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub, Celtics Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
These days, work is in trouble. We've outsourced most of our manufacturing to other countries. And with that, we sent away good jobs and our capability to make things. American Giant is a clothing company that's pushing back against this tide. They make all kinds of high-quality clothing and activewear, like sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more, right here in the USA. So when you buy American Giant, you create jobs in towns and cities across the country. And jobs bring pride, purpose. They stitch people together. If all that sounds good to you, visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com with promo code STAPLE20.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
This is Reliving the Green.
What a pass by DJ!
42 for Paul Pierce.
A three-pointer for Danny A.
KG is locked and loaded tonight.
What a play by
A look back at this date in Celtics history.
The Celtics departed for the West Coast last week with the hopes of keeping their momentum going and coming up with a successful road trip. Instead, they cut a monstrous swath through the West. They sweep the road trip, the first 3, by at least 20. They hang on tonight to beat the Thunder, and the Celtics will wake up tomorrow morning in a virtual tie for second in the Eastern Conference. The final score, Boston 132, OKC 123. 3 years ago when the Celtics really started rolling, that was the only game you and I did together on that trip. I did TV for the other 3 games, and that was the Denver, San Francisco, Sacramento trip when the Celtics were just demolishing teams at the end of that year, what would eventually be the run to the NBA Finals and the 2-1 lead in the NBA Finals, and started this run, this 3.5-year run now of road dominance, which continues here with the Celtics having yet another season where they've been ridiculous on the road. They're trying to win their 11th game in 12 tries on the road. Their 17-point lead cut to 9, 60-51 as we go to the third quarter. Not a great second quarter for the Celtics.
Well, what you saw Tatum that first quarter, he was tremendous. Did everything defensively, offensively, ran through the passing lanes, made steals, knocked down jump shots.
All right, double road uniforms tonight. Celtics wearing the road green, going left to right. Utah wearing the black with purple trim. White letters and numbers going right to left. Celtics are with the ball, leading by 9. Porzingis loses Kessler on the ball fake, turns on him, and there is nobody to protect the paint. Porzingis slams it home. He's got 23, and the Celtics lead by 11.
Kessler was looking for the pass.
Sexton, who's been hot tonight, trying to get Porzingis to dance, chases him out the corner. Sexton floats it all the way out on the right side, gets it back from Collier. Sexton a step in, past Porzingis. Shot was blocked by Derek White, but he got fouled on a little drive-by by Porzingis.
I like what they're able to do, attacking, knocking down shots, being aggressive early on. I want to see that from Porzingis all the time.
Now, the argument here is, why is Sexton shooting free throws? Sam Cassell and Joe Mazula saying Porzingis brushed him on the way towards the basket, but Sexton getting a star call here.
Sexton cursing everybody out. Man.
That's Derek White and JT Orr. You're hearing.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. Sexton misses the first free throw. Detroit still down by 5 at Dallas with 2:16 to go. Dallas and Phoenix. Celtics will insert themselves into that battle for the last play-in spot in the Western Conference when we get to Phoenix on Wednesday night. 1 and 2 free throws for Sexton, 62-52. Celtics by 10. Jason Tatum deep on the left. Kessler comes out to challenge him. Here's the step back, bounce entry, Porzingis. Working in the paint, step back on Mihailuk. The flip shot didn't have enough on it. And Kessler grabs his 11th rebound. Sexton in the front court. Drew Holiday's been really quiet tonight. Drew Holiday wearing the white t-shirt under the green uniform. Challenges, ball moved to Mihailuk. Derek White takes that shot away, hand back to Sexton. Now he's got Derek White in front of him. 7 on the shot clock. Sexton dances back behind the three-point line. His follow-away is good. Sexton's got 20 early in the third quarter. Boston lead again down to 7. This is as close as Utah has been since early in the game. Tatum pull up, try to enter Porzingis. Porzingis got knocked down. Tatum didn't see that, so he throws it away. 2-on-1, driving, scooping, and scoring is Collier. 6 straight here for Utah, and the Boston lead is down to 5.
See, Joe Mazula said play through it.
Horford catch and shoot, right corner 3 is good.
It's not fair. This time the 7-footer throws out to a guy 6'10", and he knocks down the jump shot cleanly.
Mihailuk, bodied by Derek White, drives on him, kick to the right corner. Johnson's 3, no good. Rebound Derek White. He will run it up the right side of the floor. Puts it in the hands of Porzingis. Looking Tatum's way, that's where the ball goes. Deep on the left side against Mihailuk. Now Kessler on the switch. Tatum pull up on him. Pretty good look at a 3. Rims out, rebound out of bounds off Porzingis. He's arguing that Steve Mihailuk hit it. He's asking the bench to challenge, but the ball's already inbound. Sexton standing in the Utah logo at center court. Moves it left side, Kessler. Took a three earlier from there. It was ugly. Going to hand off to Sexton, set some room for him, and Sexton knocks down another three. Colin Sexton having a big night. He's got 23, matching Porzingis for game high, and the Boston lead again is down to 5. Derek White driving, stripped from behind. Ball knocked away by Collier. Cody Williams attacking Porzingis, misses with the runner, and Porzingis gets the rebound. He tried to go in against a 7-footer, and there was no rim to shoot at. Holiday, Euro step in the paint, runs it off the glass, no good, but he's fouled by Sexton, and Holiday will get free throws.
Holiday with the Euro step then. Sexton tried to guess the right way. Porzingis going to get bumped around. Tom tried to set himself to get the post up, and his legs swept out from under him.
Drew Holiday has not scored in 14 minutes tonight. Strange box score. Celtics have 14 points from Horford, White, and Holiday. And the other two starters, Tatum and Porzingis, have 40. There's the first point for Drew.
And you don't worry about Drew Holiday with his scoring. He defends so well, especially in those critical situations. He's going to win you championships or win you basketball games.
He's been in foul trouble tonight. He gets the free throws, 67-60. There's the Boston lead. Celtics trying to sweep the season series from the Jazz. Pick off this 6-game Western road trip. Looking for their 51st win of the year in Game 70. Colin Sexton. Blitz by Horford to Derek White can get their entry. Touched by Kessler to Cody Williams all alone. Two-hand slam. Good ball movement by Utah.
Great double team then by the Celtics. They just overcommitted.
11-5 is the Utah run. Drew Holiday bullies his way in the paint, scores with the left hand. He just kept knocking Cody Williams backwards and backwards and backwards.
That's Drew's move. This time gets you, knocks you away. He's so strong with his lower body.
69-62. Collier knocks Holiday away, but he misses the elbow jumper, and Tatum has his 5th rebound.
Well, it makes you laugh, makes you cry.
Horford lead for Derek White. Up fakes the three, return to Horford. Now Tatum straight away. Tatum coming downhill against Kessler. Stumbles in the paint. Here's the step back, high arcing jumper. It's an air ball. Just didn't have it come off his fingertips right. Missed by a mile. Sexton bounce pass lead left side. Mihalik for three. Air ball. Rebound hits Kessler and goes out of bounds.
Kessler always committed to get those second chance opportunities. This time ball just flies off his fingertips.
Blazers hosting Portland tonight. That's where the Celtics will fly when this game is over. Porzingis catches straight away. And Jason Tatum return left side. Deep three. Derek White short. Long rebound. Sexton gets there first. Sexton dribbles away from Tatum behind his back. Frees himself for a left side three, and he knocks it down. A spectacular game being authored by Colin Sexton. Timeout, Joe Mazula.
He's going to get fined, Sean. Watch this. He does the Sam Cassell after he shoots the basketball. I got the big rocks.
And he did it right in front of Sam Cassell. Timeout comes with 7:44 to go in the third quarter. What was once a 17-point Boston lead is down to 4. Boston 69, Utah 65 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CRV. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, a 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CRV.
See dealer for financing details.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Boston lead down to 4 as Colin Sexton's going crazy here tonight. 10 of 12, 4 of 5 from 3. He's got 26. And the Celtics, who once led this game by 17, now we're up 69-65.
Sexton kind of going where he wants to go. Accelerating. Split two defenders. Great job.
Celtics getting badly outshot in this game. 46% to 41%. Now they've only made 2 more threes. They were hot early from 3. At 7 in the first 6 minutes, but just 11 for the game now. Tatum goes left side. Derek White tips the entry. Porzingis in deep. Little finger roll up and good. No chance for Colin Sexton to defend Porzingis. He's up to 25.
Sexton said, what am I going to do about that?
Boston by 6. 7:18 to go in the third. High look, handoff to Keontae George, who's having an adventure of a night. He goes left side. Collier going to attack Porzingis. Gets past him. Porzingis reaches out at the last second as he was falling down and commits the foul.
Got by him so fast, Porzingis had a chance to set his feet, trying to block that shot. Reached that arm out at the very end.
Collier, not a great free throw shooter, has not been there tonight.
And when you say stuff like that, I watch guys, and I watch your tendencies, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, why isn't he a good free throw shooter?
Jazz trying to win 2 in a row for just the 3rd time this year. He gets 1 of 2 at the line.
That's right.
71-66. Boston by 5. Had the ball about to hit 7 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Posted
right
in.
now.
Porzingis.
That's where the ball goes. Holiday lobs it in there against Keontae George. Double team comes with Sexton. Porzingis kick out. Tatum straight away. Into the right corner. Quick 3. Derek White. No. Rebound. Porzingis deflected it off Kessler, I thought. They're calling a loose ball foul instead against Porzingis. He did deflect that off Kessler out of bounds, but they call the foul instead.
I'm sure about that one. Porzingis very seldom goes like that. Steps in, or he grabbed him around.
He put it, yeah. He put a hand over Keontae George on the shoulder.
I guess that maybe they're trying to protect George now, since he's been beat up so much today.
Keontae George tried to leave the game in the first quarter after turning an ankle, and his teammates and his coach would not take him out of the game. He had to stay in.
Teammates didn't even flinch.
And later he got knocked down by Derek White, and he went back to the locker room. Kessler, hand off Colin Sexton. Derek White blitzes out, and they're pressuring him out there. Half court, White and Holiday. Forces Sexton to give it up to Filipowski. Swings it to the corner. Attacking Collier on the baseline. Throws to the far corner. Keontae George for 3. It's a 2-point game. Full bucks here for Utah. Celtics offense has gone totally quiet here. 35 points in the first quarter, 36 cents. Tatum steps back behind the line, away from Filipowski, and drains a 3. Just when the Celtics needed it.
Need to get right back in his rhythm, his wheelhouse. The step back, you got to put pressure on him.
3rd of the night. Tatum's got 20. Boston by 5.
Can't let Tatum dribble into
Kessler exposed the ball. Derek White rips him from the backside. Looking for the trailer. It's Cornette. He catches under the basket. Reverses it open end.
What a play that was by Derek White. Man, he has at least had about 3-4 steals tonight.
3 steals for Derek White, and they've all been of the sneak up from behind variety. Timeout, Will Hardy. 5:47 to go, 3rd quarter. Boston 76, Utah 69. On the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
WIC is a supplemental nutrition program that plays a crucial role in improving the health and well-being of children by providing families access to healthy foods, nutritional education, and other essential support services. WIC programs help improve the long-term health outcomes of mothers and children by ensuring all eligible families, regardless of immigration status, have access to cost-free nutrition resources they need to thrive. If you or someone you know could benefit from WIC, visit health.ri.gov/WIC or reach out to your local WIC office to learn more about eligibility and how to apply.
Life can change in an instant. My brother-in-law died suddenly, leaving behind my sister and her 2 young kids. He didn't have life insurance, so now they're facing the unthinkable, leaving their home. After seeing what they went through, I immediately called SelectQuote to get life insurance for my family. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent compared policies from highly rated carriers to find me the right coverage in my budget. I got a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. Plus, I qualified for same-day life insurance. No medical exam was required, and I was covered by the time I hung up. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. And while you can't prepare emotionally for a loss, SelectQuote can give you peace of mind with life insurance. Don't wait until it's too late.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Celtics quickly push the lead back to 7, 76-69. 5:41 to go in the third quarter tonight in Salt Lake. Filipowski working against Tatum. Deep on the left side. Tatum reaching for the ball. Filipowski, couple of dribbles. Duke on Duke. Filipowski puts the shoulder into Tatum, turns, whips a pass up right under the basket and hit Kessler and carry him right to Holiday. Utah turns it over. Tatum, bad shovel pass. He was trying to make a fancy play to Cornette, threw it away. Back-to-back turnovers. Here comes Juzang. Bounce pass lead. Filipowski is set for a three, but it comes up way short. Rebound knocked away by Tatum. A great save by Holiday before it goes out of bounds into the hands of Pritchard. Pritchard, hand back to Hauser. Pretty good look. Deep three, left side, swish.
Winning place. Just looked at a minute ago, you said the save out of bounds by Holiday results in 3 points.
8 straight for the Celtics to push the lead from 2 back up to 10, 79-69. Down the left side comes Collier, pump fake. Hauser doesn't go for it. Hauser reaches out, knocks the ball away, and loose ball foul called on Collier. That's a good job by Sam Hauser.
Sam Hauser stayed home, quick hands. Collier just pushes them off, trying to get to that basketball.
Quick 10-second station identification on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 Sports Hub. The Beasley Media Group station.
Grady Max in the Amica Insurance broadcast booth. Celtics working with a 10-point lead now. 4:39 to go in the third. Jason Tatum, big first quarter, a little quiet sense. Against Filipowski. Here comes the right-hand dribble. Attacks, falls away. Tough shot. Bounces out. Almost got that to go. Filipowski has the rebound. Tatum is cooled off after the hot start. Filipowski has the ball punched away by Holiday. He's got the steal lead for Tatum, and he'll fly in with a two-hand slam. And now Drew Holiday is making plays.
Tatum has created more situations tonight than I think I've ever seen him on the defensive end.
22 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. That gives Holiday that steal. Celtics are piling him up. Utah turns the ball over a ton. We told you that at the start. Michael Potter whips to the far corner. Juzang checks his feet instead of taking the open shot. Hauser gets there, so we'll kick out the Collier. Open deep three is a brick. A boulder wide left. Holiday the rebound. Celtics had the lead at 12. Here comes Pritchard. Puts in the hands of Tatum. Tatum straight away against Potter. Ball fake, put in his left hand, fumbled it, saves it from going into bounds. He's trapped. Tried to throw it back in the court, knocked away by Juzang. Juzang knocks it ahead to himself, but he misses the layup. Wow. Juzang made a brilliant play to knock it away from Tatum, but he couldn't finish. Tatum long lead for Hauser. He hits the three, and that's the Utah Jazz season in 10 seconds.
Well, what that was, that's a 5-point swing. 3 you get, 2 the other team doesn't get.
Hauser's got it working tonight. 14 points, 84-69. This is a 2-point game like a second ago. 13 straight for the Celtics. The turnovers just killing Utah, as they have all year. Juzang against Sam Hauser. Moving to his right, lobs it. Filipowski took his eye off it, dropped it. Did it hit Cornette? It did. It goes out of bounds. Utah will keep it.
Only 0.8 of a second here. So you look at basically like a lob or a really quick shot.
Cornette is arguing, and I think he's wrong, but there's no way you're challenging here with 0.8 of a second on the shot clock. Well, Utah cut a 17-point deficit down to 2, and the Celtics just ran off 13 straight. Here's the lob. Caught, flipped up by Potter, and he scores with 0.8 on the shot clock. Potter caught it at the dotted line and flipped it up and in. 84-71. Boston by 13. Pritchard gets the screen. Potter in front of him. Pritchard moves it left side. Shireman catches. Wants to enter to Cornette. He does against the smaller George. Flip back out to Pritchard. Switches to the right hand. Stop and start. Drives on. Potter gets in deep, and Potter just grabs him by the collar to commit the foul.
What a move that was. Stop and go by Pritchard. And he might have strained himself then as he got pulled back by the defender. Just kind of grabbed him by the shoulder. Pritchard holding on now, looked like for dear life.
Celtics have made 3 threes in this sequence. Thanks to Kelly's Roast Beef for their generosity. Every 3-pointer the Celtics make in March, Kelly's donates $33 to one mission helping kids fight cancer. Up to 10 grand, Kelly's Roast Beef, home of the original 3-way, proud to be local, always original. Be a local game for Peyton Pritchard Sunday afternoon, going back into Portland, where he had his first big game as a rookie.
You know he loves this, going back to Portland.
Pritchard gets the second free throw. We're at 86-71. 15-2 is the Boston run here late in the third. Deontay George has had an adventure overnight for Juzang. Going to take the deep 3 over Pritchard. No good. Back iron. Cornette gets a hand of the rebound, but doesn't control it. Michael Potter does. Offensive rebound for Utah. Entry by Sensabaugh, deflected by Hauser out of bounds. Utah will keep it with 7 to shoot.
I don't know what they said on the scouting report to the Celtics today, but they have been using those hands like your guy, Rick Pitino would say, like weapons.
Well, Hardy has Sexton back in the game. He's been their primary offense tonight. Deontay George zips the entry to Juzang, gets away from Shireman, and is free for the easy layup.
It's a back pick, and then he just zipped the rope on the backside.
Final 2 minutes, third quarter. Boston by 13. 86-73. Peyton Pritchard moves it right side, caught there by Tatum. Tatum against Potter. Going to pull up, shoot the 3 over him. Ames, fires, comes up short. Deontay George will chase down the rebound. Diagonal lead up the left side. Sexton, the hot hand back to Deontay George. Dribbles into the elbow. Cornette waiting, so Deontay George will back it out. Dribbles between his legs. Starts down middle of the floor against Cornette. Lobs it up, blocked. Hauser got a piece. Cornette got a piece. Tatum has a loose ball. Bounce pass lead. Shireman pull up 3 is off. Back iron. Battle for the offensive rebound. Pritchard's got it. Hits the putback, but they're going to call a loose ball foul on Pritchard and give the ball to Utah.
It had to be a push off. This time the guy was on the offside. Pritchard just put an elbow in his back and knocked him forward to get to that basketball. They caught you, son. They caught you.
You're just joining us late Friday night. Back in New England, Celtics led early by 17. Utah got it all the way down to 2. And a micro burst by the Celtics here in the third. They're up by 13 with 1:12 to go. 86-73. Sexton draws the double team. Finds Sensabaugh in the corner. He dribbles in to about 14 feet. His jumper's true.
Sensabaugh is a nice player. I mean, you watch him. Good form, good style.
He had a nice game in Boston. 22 points. Left side 3. Tatum bounces short. Cornette back taps the offensive rebound. So strong. Hauser barely was able to save it. Going into the backcourt. Boston by 11. Ball in the hands of Tatum. 7 on the shot clock. 45 on the game clock as we count it down to the third. Tatum finds Pritchard for a right side 3.
He set that up because he was saying all the time, Pritchard, move. I'm going to drive. Defender comes towards you. Knock down the jump shot.
5 more threes in the corner for the Celtics. 15 for the game. Sexton down the left side. Boston by 14. Stop and start. Goes past Cornette. And this layup he misses. He's hit all these tough shots tonight. He missed the layup. Pritchard lead for Shireman. He is open. Right side 3. Rims out. And the rebound for Sensabaugh.
Celtics were trying for a 2-for-1.
Utah can pretty much hope for the final shot here. Sensabaugh dribbles around Shireman, gets in at 10 feet, flips it up, no good. Bad clock management by Sensabaugh. Cornette taps the rebound to Tatum. Now the Celtics have 10 full seconds here as Tatum comes across half court. Tatum hounded by Juzang, down to 6 seconds. Tatum dribbling between his legs, steps to his right, 3 is in the air, short front iron, and that'll do it for the third quarter. It got dicey, but the Celtics closed the third quarter 18-6, and will take a double-digit lead into the fourth. They led by 14 at the end of one. By 9 at halftime, Utah got within 2, but it's Boston by 14 as we make the turn for home. End of 3 at the Delta Center. Boston 89, Utah 75 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Life can change in an instant. My brother-in-law died suddenly, leaving behind my sister and her 2 young kids. He didn't have life insurance, so now they're facing the unthinkable, leaving their home. After seeing what they went through, I immediately called SelectQuote to get life insurance for my family. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent compared policies from highly rated carriers to find me the right coverage in my budget. I got a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month. Plus, I qualified for same-day life insurance. No medical exam was required, and I was covered by the time I hung up. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. And while you can't prepare emotionally for a loss, SelectQuote can give you peace of mind with life insurance. Don't wait until it's too late.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
To the fourth quarter we go at the Delta Center. Boston by 14, 89-75. Game plan upgrade brought to you by NetSuite. Companies of all sizes have grown profitability with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP. Streamline your accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR into one fluid platform. Learn more at netsuite.com/Celtics, who made this one dicey. Their 17-point lead got down to 2 in the third quarter as Colin Sexton couldn't miss. But he has not made a shot over the final 6 minutes. Celtics close 18-6 in the third quarter, lead 89-75 as we begin the fourth. Quick 3 by Juzang is good over Porzingis.
Porzingis never challenged that shot.
Jazz, not a terribly good three-point shooting team, but they're at 39% tonight, 11 of 28. Celtics 15 of 41. Here comes one from Hauser. It's no good. Offensive rebound, Porzingis. Ball punched away from him out of bounds by Sensabaugh. Celtics will get it with a full 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Why these guys do not box out, especially 7-footers. They're too big, too long.
Celtics +5 in the glass. Under out of bounds. Holiday lobs it. Porzingis gets fouled. Sexton grabbed the hold of him, so he couldn't catch that inbound.
In that play, was the ball in, or was it already? Was it a delay? Was it a dead ball foul?
It was not. The ball was already in. Celtics a little bit of a power play going here on their first possession of the fourth. Pritchard, Hauser, Porzingis, Holiday, and Shireman. Pritchard has it deep on the right side. Wanted to go right. That's how Keontae George plays him. So Pritchard will slide it with the left hand. Attacks Potter. Gets in deep. Pritchard, high arcing jumper is good. Over a 7-footer.
That was tough.
Now we got an issue. Porzingis and Sexton slapping at each other. Holiday steps in between them. Security hits the floor. No players leaving the benches. Sexton's been annoyed having to guard Porzingis a lot of the night. And the officials will go over to the scores table to look at it. Sexton has a big smile on his face. He's taking high fives from his teammates.
See, the Celtic security gets out there, my man.
Sexton just shoved Porzingis a couple of times. And everybody got between them pretty quick. Mark Davis says, play on. 91-78. Utah with the ball down 13. Nearly a minute gone in the fourth quarter. Sensabaugh against Shireman. Finds Keontae George. Pritchard in front of him. Now Juzang against Porzingis. One dribble in. Going to return to the Keontae George. George has Porzingis again in front of him on the right side. George, step back, tough three. Can't see the rim, but it's all net.
Steal.
Backcourt trouble. Porzingis got fouled by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh went for the steal. Both scoring plays here in the fourth quarter. Juzang and Keontae George were threes from the right wing over Porzingis.
Sensabaugh made the steal and then just gator armed a little jump shot. Could have got Jazz a little bit closer.
Boston by 10. At the ball. 10:41 to go. Peyton Pritchard deep on the left side. He's going to shoot a deep three over Potter. Air ball. It has not been Peyton Pritchard's night shooting a three. He is 2 for 8.
Porzingis wanted to go post up then, and he had Sexton on him, so he wanted to punish that young man.
Celtics down to 34% from three. After the hot start tonight, you get Boston down to 32% or below. You got a shot, Sensabaugh. Bad entry, knocked away by Pritchard, but Pritchard was on the shoulder of Sexton and picks up the foul. Now you have 4 fouls, by the way, on Porzingis. That is a second on Pritchard. Derek White on the bench with 3. Holiday in the game with 3. Potter standing on the three-point line. Looking for somebody to hand off to. Sexton comes to get it with 10 on the shot clock. Sexton lobs it for Potter. Holiday read it the entire way. Steps in front of him, picks it off. Long lead, caught by Shireman on the left side. Well, Holiday's been all over it defensively tonight. Drew Holiday, jab step. Gets it back for Porzingis on the bounce pass. Gets to the rim. Lays it in with the left hand. And Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis making old man basketball look special.
Ooh, that was young man, old man.
93-81, Boston by 12. That was special. Sexton enters to the free throw line. Potter kick out, sets the ball, finds the open man in the corner. George steps away from Holiday, misses the 3. Offensive rebound, Potter on the weak side. Potter harassed by Porzingis. Couple of dribbles, shovels it out to the elbow with a jumper's knocked down by Keontae George.
George has been active.
What a strange night he's had. He's up to 11. 93-83, Celtics by 10. Drew Holiday, straight away. Lobs it on the inside, caught by Porzingis, rises into contact, shot's good. No foul, but Porzingis gets it to go. He's up to 27. Boston by 12.
When he comes up, it's almost a foul every time as he's getting nicked on the arm.
George lobs it ahead to Sensabaugh. Attacks, goes off the wrong foot and banks it home. The Jazz have competed at a very high level in the 2 games against the Celtics. Boston by 10, 9:04 to go. Drew Holiday steps back in the corner, long 2 swish, and here comes Drew Holiday.
Holiday said, look, let me be involved in this game.
Drew Holiday did not score in the first half. He's got 8 in the second. Sexton, pressure to the corner, gets rid of it to Potter out on the left wing. Now Sensabaugh comes together. Sensabaugh, bounce pass for Potter, attacks the rim, elevates, trying to flush on Shireman. He missed the dunk, but they called the foul on Shireman. Celtics arguing. I doubt they will challenge.
I think they
are. Not sure you want to do that. Potter's a pretty good free throw shooter, but
Shireman went straight up.
Did Shireman get all ball? We'll find out when we return. Celtics challenging the foul called on Shireman in the paint. 8:45 to go. Boston 97, Utah 85 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. Politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize. And turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit-pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidants C and E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents can find you the right policy at the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Celtics are now 25-17 on challenges this year as they win this one. Not only, and they challenge specifically because of imminent possession, where if they won it, and they did, they get the ball back.
I think that's the most important thing, that you're going to get the ball back. I don't think you challenge the other way. But now they don't get 2 points, and you're running back the other way with the basketball. I think it's a good thing.
Sellout crowd, 18,175 at the Delta Center. I'm glad it's got the old name back. Feels right. Attendance brought to you by Ticketmaster. Join the crowd of excitement at a future Celtics game by ordering your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Celtics will not be back home for 12 days. Miami will be in on April 2nd. Luke Cornett standing on the three-point line. Moves to Derek White, right side. Celtics by 12 on the ball. Derek White steps to his left. Pretty good look. 3 no good. Back iron. Long rebound. Al Horford pounces on him. Finds Pritchard, and his 3 is online and good.
Wow. Shot that immediately. He didn't even hesitate. One time on the clock, but I'm open.
Celtics having their way on the offensive glass now. Lead by 15. Juzang catch and shoot. Straightaway 3 comes up short. Rebound Al Horford. How good has Al been in the second half of this year?
Just quietly efficient.
9 rebounds in 24 minutes for Al Horford. He returns it to Pritchard. Left-hand dribble. Pulls up on Juzang. Bounce pass back to Horford. Horford return to Pritchard. He's going to dribble around Juzang. Get to the free throw line. Stop and start. Spin in the paint. Pritchard step back. Dotted line. He hits.
Too small.
What would it be like to be that confident for 10 minutes in one day in your life? 7 straight for the Celtics. They lead 102-85. This is their largest lead. Sexton pull up at 14, knocks it down. His first bucket in a long time. He's got 28. 102-87. 7:25 to go. Celtics headed towards win number 51. Pritchard, kick out. Horford, straightaway 3. Short front iron to the rebound, Juzang. Knocked away from him by Hauser. Another Utah turnover. Story of their season. Derek White puts in the hands of Pritchard. How about a crazy deep 3? How about, yes, and how about a foul on top of it?
My goodness, little dude. Oh, my gosh. This time with the long, deep one. And what happens? Sexton goes under and gets in his landing space. I don't know why you don't challenge for watching the way he landed under the foot. That was a dangerous closeout, and I think that's what they're trying to say about it.
The Let's Go Celtics chant picked up by all of the people wearing green in the building tonight. Utah fans trying to shout him down. But Peyton Pritchard, if he gets the free throw, will have scored 9 points in 97 seconds. He does not. He misses the free throw.
Did all that to get us excited, son, and then you missed the free throw.
Boston by 18. 7 minutes to go. Kessler. Hand off, dribble head off Keontae George. Horford in front of him. Celtics have cinched up their shorts here on defense now. Keontae George starts down the right side. Horford stays with him. He runs it off the glass. No good. Celtics have the rebound. Cornett. Quick outlet. Derek White races into the front court. Bounce pass for the trailer. Pritchard return to Derek White straight away. Finds Cornett, and he misses the layup. A perfect pass, and Cornett blew the layup. The Celtics at times tonight have just played next level. George feeling contact. Runs up a shot. They're going to call the foul, I believe, on the floor. I'm not even sure that's Derek White that hit him and not his own teammate, but the foul is on Derek White. That's his 4th with 6:28 to go.
Good foul. So I'm coming off that pick, and you just want to challenge at the end.
Juzang. the corner waiting, so it's going to be Collier. Keeps it, takes the elbow jumper, no good. Pritchard grabs the rebound, and he is fouled clearly by Potter. He just wrapped him up in the backcourt.
Moses Pritchard going to work right now. He's getting ready right now for Portland.
18 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Peyton Pritchard after a slow start tonight.
Portland, here I come. Here I come, Portland.
Celtics looking for another 20-point lead. Pritchard switches to the left hand. Pulls up, steps back behind the line. 3 going to come up short. Rebound. Kessler is able to deflect it to Keontae George. Celtics by 18. 5:52 to go. Keontae George steps to his left. He's got an open 3 and he makes it.
He's been pretty effective today. He's been knocked down, bruised, battered, but he's played hard enough and well enough to score the basketball.
14 points, 7 assists for Keontae George tonight. Boston by 15, 105-90. Cornette will tag screen on Keontae George. Derek White, bounce pass for Hauser, left side, return to Derek White straight away against Juzang. White over the shoulder pass deflected by Juzang, who reached out and actually fouled Derek White. I think Utah's over the limit now.
Could be closing in on it.
They are.
Zhang just hit him on the arm as he was trying to make this pass.
So now it goes from bad to worse for Utah, down by 15, and now the Celtics in the penalty here with 5:23 to go.
Shooting your free throws. I don't think you want Celtics like that in the free throw shooting contest.
First one's good. Celtics trying to win their 11th road game in their last 12 tries, going back to Dallas 2 months ago. Only road loss was the game in Detroit. Derek White gets the free throws. Celtics by 17, 107-90, 5:20 to go. Keontae George. Pritchard dogging him back towards half court. George trying to get some room. That ball goes out of bounds. It looked like it hit Keontae George. Kessler tried to set a moving screen. Pritchard is arguing, and that ball went out of bounds off Utah. And they're challenging.
Pritchard is convinced that the ball went off of his adamant?
He is adamant. Not the guy that used to sing that, don't drink, not adamant, adamant. That the Celtics are going to get this, so it'll be another coach's challenge. And we'll take it, 5:11 to go. Boston 107, Utah 90 on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot, 1.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline, or a 2.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Celtics going to go 2 for 2 on coaches' challenges here in the fourth quarter. They'll get the ball back up by 17 with 5:11 to go. Meanwhile, what is going on with the Cleveland Cavaliers? Their first 3-game losing streak of the year, and now they're down by 19 with 1:56 to go in the third at Phoenix, where the Celtics will be on Wednesday.
Mighty late right now to be thinking that way.
Donovan Mitchell having a bad night. All those pretty numbers they were putting together. Derek White and Sam Hauser. Here's the entry to Jason Tatum. Tatum set the tone. He had a dominant first quarter. Bulls his way past George. Switches to the right hand and scores. Taking Keontae George to school. 24 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists for Tatum. 109-90. Celtics by 19. 4:39 to go. Colin Sexton finds Keontae George. Trying to crisscross, but Derek White slides his feet to stay in front of him. George going to step back into a 3. Swish. With the Jazz having one of their best three-point shooting nights of the year, 14 of 33. They had their best offensive quarter of the season in the fourth quarter in Boston a week and a half ago. Coming from 23 down to tie it before eventually losing. Here's Tatum with the Celtics up by 16. Left-hand dribble, works his way to the mid-block. Step back, 14 feet, swish.
Too good. Just too damn good.
Not fair. 26 for Tatum. 111-93. Keontae George. Pretty good offensive night for Utah. Those turnovers just kill him. Have all year. Keontae George against Luke Cornett. Steps to his left, takes the 3, no good. Back iron rebound belongs to Derek White. He got hit on the top of the head by Potter, no call. Celtics looking for that 20-point lead. Are they finally going to get it here? With 3.5 to go. Ball in the hands of Derek White. Wants to go to Tatum, top of the circle. Tatum, drop step, turns right side, flips it up for Cornett, who lays it in with the right hand. There's your 20-point lead and the 6th assist of the night for Jason Tatum.
Man, that was just smart. Knew the big was coming, just threw the ball up high enough. Luke was able to get it.
113-93, and they are headed for the exits here in Salt Lake. Potter jumps forward into Cornett and draws the foul. More dominant numbers for the Celtics in this title defense season. It is the 33rd time they've had a 20-point lead. They have trailed by 20 just 5 times.
The Celtics, what they're able to do, understanding who they are, showing people, and this is what you want. If you're Cleveland right now, you don't want to be playing like this at the end of the year. You want to be kind of going forward like the Celtics are, like, you know, OKC is playing. But if you're Cleveland, you're going 4 games in a row, you lose. That's not good for your psyche.
Well, the Celtics, I think the peak was 8 or 8.5 games out of first. It's going to go to 5 if these scores hold. Now, there are only 12 games left to play. Free throws for Potter, 111-95. Celtics have J.D. Davison in the game. Tatum, though, is still out there with Cornett, Hauser, and Pritchard. 3 minutes to go. I'm kind of with you on that. Hauser, Anderson, Jason Tatum. Tatum against Keontae George. Pull up, 18-footer. Nope, front iron. The rebound. J.D. Davison puts it back up and gets the bounce.
Even then, J.D. Davison comes on the backside. Cornett, he mistimed his jump.
20 points is the margin. 115-95 with 2:35 to go. Sexton over the shoulder pass. Cody Williams, he's been really quiet tonight. Step back at 10 feet. Cornett just blocks it easily, envelops it. Davison comes away with it, and here's Jason Tatum. This should be the good night for Tatum. Steps behind the Cornett screen. The 3 is no good, and the rebound for Collier. Lead to the left side. Cody Williams drives in, misses the right-hand layup. Tatum swats the rebound and actually knocks it inadvertently out of bounds. He's arguing, but that was clearly off Tatum, and time to get Jason Tatum out of the game.
Great game.
He was. There were times he was so far and away the best player on the floor tonight. Joe Mazula will call off the Ducks here with 2:12 to go, leading by 20. Celtics will go to 51-19. Their magic number to wrap up the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference drops to just 5 with 12 games to play. Collier enters to the free throw line. George stop and start, drives around Queta, scoops it up and in.
Nice move going through Queta. George has been really good today.
He's had a strange night. 19 points, 7 assists for George, 28 for Colin Sexton. Porzingis, 27 points in 24 minutes. J.D. Davison gets a screen from Queta and attacks the paint. Nobody was waiting for him at the rim. Davison has a couple of buckets here late. We're at 117-97. Sexton looking for that 30-point night. Lines up Queta, attacks, scoops, and scores. And there's your 30-point game for Colin Sexton. 117-99. Celtics will play Sunday afternoon in Portland. Game 2 of the trip and the back-to-back in Sacramento. Kings have had a rough go lately, and they will not have Sabonis on Monday night. Jordan Walsh, Bayless Shireman, his 3 comes up short. Offensive rebound. Jordan Walsh gets a highlight of his own with a 2-hand putback.
Ball stays on the rim just long enough.
This part of the country, they wait to see the Celtics once a year, and they got their money's worth tonight because the champs came to town and put on a show. Potter across court, deflected away from him by Peterson. He outlets Shireman. Turnovers pile up. Shireman is knocked away out of bounds by Sexton. Clock stops with 51.8 to go. And as more Jazz fans have left the building, we are left surrounded by green. I see plenty of it on the road trip. J.D. Davison steps to his right, misses a 3. Queta deflects the rebound to Jordan Walsh. Another 2-hand slam. Celtics have their largest lead up by 22. And the road dominance, this historic 3.5-year road show, just continues on. Colin Sexton, left side 3 is no good. Rebound belongs to Davison. And the Celtics will likely get across half court and not shoot. The Jazz played the Celtics as tough as they can. Without Markkanen, without Collins tonight. J.D. Davison will take the shot clock violation. And the Celtics fans in Salt Lake City rise to their feet. You only get to see the reigning and defending champs come to your town once a year. When they do, they usually put on a show, and they did tonight. The final buzzer goes. The Celtics have won 11 of 12 on the road and go to 51-19. The final score, Boston 121, Utah 99. Back with Jason Tatum next on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
You've been hitting the gym, taking the stairs, and running that extra mile. But did you know that improving your health is also a step toward lower life insurance rates? At SelectQuote, we make sure you're rewarded for your healthy lifestyle. For 40 years, we've helped more than 2 million customers secure over $700 billion in life insurance coverage. And our healthiest customers are covered by the time they hang up with an experienced licensed insurance agent. That's right. Qualifying customers can get up to $5 million in life insurance with no medical exam required. A medical exam can add weeks onto the approval process for life insurance, but our exclusive no medical exam policy ensures you're covered by the time you hang up. Plus, many policies are less than $1 per day. Being fit doesn't just feel good, it pays off. See what you could save on life insurance with SelectQuote. Go to SelectQuote.com for your free quote today. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
You're left at the thousands of Celtic fans that are standing up over there. You know, your teammates played great tonight, and we'll get to the game, but this is an extraordinary thing in every city we go to now.
Yeah, it's become the new norm, but it's something you don't get used to. Especially the West Coast cities, we only come once a year, and just hearing "Let's Go Celtics" chants in the first quarter, You know, it's definitely an honor to wear this uniform.
Well, I got to ask you, are you Pele? Because
Yeah.
that one that you kicked to yourself. Oh, no. What was that? You didn't mean to do that, did you?
Max, we on the West Coast. I pull out the tricks when we come on the West Coast.
I mean, this ball comes right back to you, and you're like, everybody in the building like, what in the world?
You must have done that with Deuce in the backyard.
Maybe once or twice.
I just think that this team right now, the way you're playing, you're progressing forward. You know what you're playing for. You know you're talking about championships. You just want to stay healthy and keep playing well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's that time of the year. We 13 or 12 or so games left. You know, want to make sure everybody's healthy and fresh and in a good rhythm, you know, to get ready for this run.
Where's that mix for you? Because we know you want to play every night. You want to play all these minutes every night. Are you comfortable with knowing that there's some nights you're not going to play and you have a target of getting your body ready?
Yeah, I understand the bigger picture, but, you know, it's still it's tough when that day comes because, you know, I always want to lace them up and get out there. But, you know, I've been in the league long enough. I understand the balance.
All right, my friend, as you walk out, take one last look at all these people wearing your jersey because it's a sight to see.
Yes, sir.
All
See
right,
you
my
guys.
friend. We'll see you on the plane. Jason Tatum joining us courtside as the Celtics score another blowout win on the road. They beat the Jazz 121-99, and a bunch of Celtics fans still standing and enjoying every second. We'll wrap it next on the BetMGM 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Plus tax, tag license, $400 doc fee, and first payment with approved credit. 36-month leases, $54.99 due at signing. 0 security, 10,000 miles per year, ends 3/31/25.
Go to Greco, go to Greco.
We've got more Toyotas with huge savings. Greco Toyota has more to move with over 250 new Toyotas. Get a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 double cab 4x4 for only $205 a month. $205 a month. Or move on in the new 2025 Toyota RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for just $249 a month. $249 a month. Plus, trade in your current vehicle and get paid top dollar to use as a down payment. Greco Toyota has more inventory and more savings while they last. A new Tacoma for only $205 a month, or new RAV4 for just $249 a month. So make your move on a new Toyota with a low payment at Greco Toyota. Minutes from anywhere on Route 44 in East Providence, or shop online at GrecoToyota.com.
Will exceed your expectations. We guarantee it.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2025 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
When you're in HR, it can feel like nothing is easy. From payroll to PTO, from onboarding to benefits, and everything in between. It's a constant juggle of tasks, systems, and spreadsheets. But your HR software? That's the easy part. Meet Bamboo HR. Trusted by over 34,000 companies, it handles all your HR tasks, payroll, benefits, and time tracking, so your team and your company can grow as fast as, well, Bamboo. And Bamboo HR software is actually easy to use. One simple system that pulls all your people data together in one place, so you can ditch scattered systems and wasted hours on tasks that should only take minutes. Because when HR is easier, you can focus on what matters most, your people. HR is hard. Bamboo HR is easy. Ready to simplify all your HR tasks? For a limited time, get a $100 Visa gift card when you complete a free demo at bamboohr.com/gift card. Again, that's bamboohr.com/gift card. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Picked off at the free throw line by Tatum. Dribbles behind his back, but exposed the ball. It hits the back of the foot of Tatum, bounces to himself, and he lays it in. Mihalik is saying that's a kick ball.
Dude, that was a hockey-like kick. Yeah,
he kicked it to himself.
I think we've ever seen.
The ball hit George and pot free, and Tatum back kicked it over his own shoulder to himself. I simply can't believe the things we have already seen in this game. Well, you know, when the Celtics were just fetched a record price, right? $6.1 billion, almost like a Premier League soccer team. Maybe Jason Tatum is auditioning with a play you're going to see on the highlights over and over as he basically back-kicked. The ball was behind him, and he just kicked it up in the air to himself for 2 of his 26 points tonight as the Celtics, stop me if you've heard this one before, score another blowout win on the road. The Celtics are now 27-7 with a 9.4 scoring margin on the road this year, and they've got some games coming up against sub-500 teams on the road before it is all said and done, and they're gaining on the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll get to that in a second, but just a quick check here, and Cleveland is still down by 14 with 7:18 to go in Phoenix tonight. Let's take care of some business here before we wrap this one up. Our hardest working player of the game brought to you by Bosch Power Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Power Tools, built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. There was some real defensive dirty work done by Drew Holiday, I thought, in this game. You know, Al Horford continues to rebound the ball really well, play great defense. Porzingis, by the way, 27, 10, and 6 in 25 minutes. There were no shortage of options in support of Jason Tatum tonight.
He did so many good things. You're talking about attacking the rim, playing good defense, and then just taking advantage. I loved the opportunities that you had there.
13 steals for the Celtics tonight. That's been Utah's problem all year, has been the turnovers. Thanks, Kelly's Roast Beef, for their generosity. Every 3-pointer the Celtics make this month, they'll donate $33 to one mission, helping kids fight cancer, up to $10,000. Kelly's Roast Beef, home of the original three-way. Proud to be local, always original. 17 threes for the Celtics tonight. Derek White had 2. Jason Tatum had 3. So Jason Tatum now with a 2 advantage. Peyton Pritchard still kind of hanging on the outside. He made 4